stays crunchy and milk.
Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
Yes, it's Cleveland's longest running podcast and the place to hang with your internet besties. Got questions or comments? The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy, of course, being spelled with a K.
Stays Crunchy.
You can also give us a call or message us at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy.
We're available anywhere fine podcasts are, and of course at the website stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And now,
stays crunchy,
on with the
stays
show.
crunchy, stays crunchy, stays crunchy,
Right,
stays
so-
crunchy, stays crunchy, stays crunchy.
I was hit through Cleveland.com with like a bit of a bad news the other day. I guess I'm not sure if there's another one, but the Mongolian barbecue closest to me closed down after 30 years of business.
It's a spot I've always been aware of, have never gone to.
It is such a magical place. It's like Chipotle before Chipotle a little bit, and
I shared that story with you guys yesterday, and then I shared it with another group of friends. And someone in that other group of friends said that it was good because that place sucked anyway. And I calmly but firmly told them to go fuck themselves.
I second that emotion.
What's the calm version of go fuck yourself? I'd like to know.
I just typed out the words "fuck you" and I hit send. But this was also after they had been poking and prodding me about something else throughout the day that I thought was ridiculous. So I'd reached my breaking point.
You only get one a day. So I love Mongolian barbecue, and I kind of figured, like, I kept on saying, like, oh, I need to get there and go, but like, of course, like during the pandemic, I didn't go, and like after, it was just like we have been slowing down and going to restaurants like anyway, but I kept on saying to myself, like, oh, I'm gonna go. Like, I walked past it with my partner. We were like, man, we gotta go. We gotta take the kids, because like now they're older. One won't eat anything from there, but one would eat everything from there. But I wanted to go, and then I got that news, and I was like, God dang, man. Like, It's understandable because like buffets are dying out to begin with, other than like, you know, hotels and shit like that. But it was a great place. And then it's always one of those places like, yeah, I'm gonna get it right next time when I go. I'm gonna put my vegetables on top, and I'm gonna put my shrimp on. No, I'm gonna put my vegetables on bottom, my shrimp on top this time. If anybody doesn't know, like, a Mongolian barbecue is like a place where you pay like a fee, and then you get this bowl, and you get to play an architect with this bowl, and put like it's like eggs and vegetables and sauces and spices, and you know, they put it on the grill, and they cook it right in front of you. Then you sit down with a bowl of tortilla shells, and you just have at it. It's a good time. Like, it's a dinner and a show lightweight. And,
like the people who run the grill always like trying to get like interact with you. They're always like hitting the fucking gong thing, and sometimes I'm just like, I'm like, please just cook the food, buddy. I don't want to have a conversation.
I love when they smash the egg and then they do that thing, and like, oh, they're like, oh, we got a vegetarian one, and they got, you know, put it to the side by itself. It's a good time.
Or nut allergy or some shit, you know?
Yeah. Like, it was decent food. It's like you get to pick what you put in it, and then like, you know, you get white or brown rice on the side, and it was a good time. I remember my brother told me a story where he went with this with a young lady, and she brought her friend, and then like he was like, the girl was like trying to make him pay for both of them, so he left.
That's real.
Yeah, he's like, I dipped out. And it's like with the Mongolian barbecue. This is the one in Coventry. I think it's Cleveland Heights, Ohio. But it's downstairs, and it's kind of like it's kind of. It was
like, a weird location, yeah.
Yes, it's sneaking out. I don't even know how he did it, but
is it like how close was it to, like, B-side and Grog Shop?
Like, it was
like right around the corner. Like if you were at Grog Shop and you like went to the end of the corner, like at the crosswalk, and hung a left, it was like the second door.
It's like 3 or 4 doors down from the Grog Shop. Not far at all.
There's no way I wouldn't have passed it in my years going over that way, right?
No, yeah, of course you passed it. Like, when you look down and see people eating, they were eating at the Mongolian barbecue.
Like, if you ever parked in the parking lot of the Marks and went across the street, you definitely like walked right in front of the Mongolian barbecue.
So I guess the question I pose to you, gentlemen, like, what other restaurants are you missing, or do you see falling off soon?
Well, actually, this kind of came up in my group chat today too. We were talking about Perkins because, like, I used to go there with my grandmother all the time back in the day for like breakfast and stuff. And there was the one that was over here near where I live, but it burned. The building kind of caught fire a couple years back, and they tore it down and they built that Rasing Cane's. So there's only one left in the area that I'm aware of.
That's by Middleburg.
Yeah,
Avon. Oh, this one in Avon. I literally drove past it tonight.
Yeah, I know. I was one of the days I was off. Like, I think it was at the beginning of the year. I found the Perkins. It's in Painesville, like right on the Painesville Mentor border, because I was out looking for something. I forgot what it was, and I was like, damn, there go Perkins. So yeah, if I was going to Perkins, what would you recommend I get?
I used to get like the breakfast thing where it was like pancakes, eggs, bacon. I think it came with a muffin too.
It was in my opinion, and I only went to the one. No, there used to be one out in North Olmsted somewheres, and I know I went to that one. And I think I went to that one over by that used to be where Rasing Cane's is now, close to Box. And I always felt like they pancakes was just middling for some reason. They just wasn't hitting like, IHOPs or Denny's for whatever reason.
Well, see, that's the thing. That Perkins is was around the corner from where like an IHOP has been for the last like 15 years. So I'm thinking maybe the IHOP took them out.
Assassination.
Yeah. There's like some thief with a knife shit. They went over there and started a fire. Like, we run the pancakes on this block, motherfucker.
I went to an IHOP some years back. It was in the morning, so they had no excuse. And I got like a 3-stack or something like that. That was the stingiest stack I've ever seen in my life. Really? And like, so, and this has been the last time I've been to an IHOP. And the waitress looked at it and she was like, I know, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So that's what's up. That's just the kitchen being a bunch of on some nonsense, or a manager is back there making them do shit to spec. You know what I'm saying? What they supposed to be doing.
That wasn't the spec. No matter, I have never seen a pancake so thin. There was fucking crepes they tried to give me. It's like, wee. I was like, no, man.
The blintzes. No, son, I don't want them.
But
I kind of stopped hitting up IHOP. Spit all came out of my mouth. I'll see if that's on the tape later. I kind of stopped hitting up IHOP when I started hitting up Pancake House. It's not that I go even there regularly, but I don't know. They got a wider swath of options for me at the Pancake House than they do at IHOP. You know what I'm saying? Where as far as meat's concerned, and they make a mean set of pancakes and the Dutch baby if you're so inclined and so forth. So I love a little breakfast spot, man. And so I wish maybe there were more. I know the exercises. What do you feel is scared is going away? I wish there was actually more pancake houses, because just that one, Seems
Yeah,
lonely.
because it's a pancake house. Like, we got one east and west though, so
Yeah.
I think, like, I hope they stay open, but like, it's one over here in Chagrin, and like there's one by you, and then the other day what popped up was a Qdoba's back in town.
Bruh, if you knew how excited Vanessa was when I sent her that picture, she like, soon as they open, I'm boycotting Chipotle, and we going over there. And I'm like, hey, when it's open, I'll let you know. That is her shit. She's been mad since they basically closed down on Qdoba's. There used to be one again, kind of over there by where Pancake House is at. It used to be one over there, and that used to be she'd slide over there and go to Qdoba. That was her shit. And when that shit closed, bruh, she was crestfallen. That's her shit.
Yeah, Qdoba's. I like Qdoba better. One, the chicken was better there. I know they had like two different kinds of rice, and it's been so long since I had it. I don't even know if I'm lusting after the same woman at this point. Like,
is it like how I used to love Rasing Canes when I could only get it in Columbus, but now that it's everywhere up here, like I don't give a shit?
It might be, because I remember when Guthrie's opened in the steel yard, you was like, you think this is good? Wait till you have Raising Canes. And I was on like a road trip, me and my partner and her sister and her niece, and like I was they went to go do something, and I was out by myself, like just out in the world. I went to go see that first Spider-Man movie, and I seen the Raising Canes. I was like, I could eat this now, but I'm gonna wait until she get back so we can have something together. And then we all got it, and then it was like, oh man, this is so good. But honestly, Raising Cane's is still great.
Raising Cane's did me dirty last week.
Oh, what happened?
So Saturday,
oh.
yeah, it's quick. I can talk about it. So Saturday night, so Friday. Let me rewind one day. Friday night, my brother hits me up and asks me if I will take him home after his high school hockey game. Like, he doesn't play hockey. He goes and just watches.
Be social.
Word up.
Well, he takes pictures. I don't know if it's an official capacity, but he's like into photography, and he's talking about wanting to go to college for that kind of stuff. So maybe someday he could be an NFL sideline photographer and stuff.
That's dope.
But
so he
hit me up. So he hit me up Friday, and he asked me if I would take him home from the game Saturday evening. And I didn't really want to like wait up late, drive his ass back to my parents' house at like 11 o'clock at night and come back home. So I told him he could crash at my house, and I would take him home Sunday before I went out and did like the Pokemon Go event that they had in the afternoon. So when this kind of shit happened the last time, where I gave him the riot act about like calling me out of the blue and just expecting me to be free to drive him around like I was a fucking Uber or something, and I had to like impress upon him that like, if you could do shit like this, you got to have plans so that you're not left out in the cold. So my conversation with him led to this, where he called me ahead of time. But like, when he had gone that first time, him and his friends had gone to Raising Cane's. So he asked if, when I picked him up, if I could take him to Raising Cane's so he could have canes for dinner, which I had no problem with because it's literally on the way back from there anyway. So I wasn't like the hungriest because I'd eaten earlier in the evening, but like, he offered to get me something. So I just was like, hey, can you just give me like a chicken sandwich? Because they do the thing where they put the tenders on the toast and make a little sandwich out of it. And so I parked the car in the parking lot. He went inside because he saw some of his friends from school were in there, and he wanted to go talk to them when he ordered and shit. So I waited out in the parking lot. He went and got the food. He came out. He even brought me an unsweetened tea that I didn't ask for. And so like, we went back to my house. Yeah, actually, it was very thoughtful of him. I'll give him that. I think he remembered it because I made him get me an unsweetened tea from Sheetz one time when I drove him to that Ohio State basketball game. So we go back to my house, and he takes the food out of the containers, and like, he opens up the styrofoam container to give me mine, and fucking Raising Cane's, literally all that they put in the styrofoam container that was supposed to be my chicken sandwich was a singular chicken tender. there was no bread, no sauce, no other chicken. It was one fucking chicken tender that was supposed to be a sandwich. So I told him he could just keep the chicken tender, eat it with the rest of his.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
You filthy animal.
Like, I wasn't mad at him, but I was just I'm not about to sit here and eat one fucking chicken tender.
Yeah, but that was probably one of those things. I'm not trying to take up for Rasing Cane's, but usually their customer service is like pretty top notch. Like, I don't know how many times I've gone into Rasing Cane's and ordered just a tea, and they be like, "Okay, just take it." Or if I order just an order of fries, they'll be like, "No worries, just take the fries. We good." Yeah, if you told them that, I'm pretty much guarantee they was gonna give you your money back and the sandwich. But your brother paid
sometimes for it. It's like, he paid for it, aka my parents probably paid for it. And like, that would have required me to like throw my shoes back on, like us drive back up there. It was cold as shit that night. Like,
yeah,
I was just like, fuck it, whatever. We're out whatever the chicken sandwich cost. But yeah, that was the first time I tried to have Rasing Cane's in like probably a year and a half, and it ended up going sideways.
And like I said, that location in particular is usually pretty nice. Like, I went in there, I ordered an order of fries and a drink, and it was just like, "Have a good night, thanks, Merry Christmas." I'm like, okay, wasn't even Christmas.
Man, and they're open on Sundays. You really can't have the best of both worlds.
Like, see, this is the thing though. So, Sheetz and Rasing Cane's are both open like, Sheetz don't close, and Rasing Cane's is open like pretty late, and they don't play that shit like, "Oh, we open till 11, but our inside's only open till 8. No, if they open up till 1, like, the inside is open up till 1, and it be body rocking every night. I don't know how many times like I've been out at night, or my partner wake up like, "I'm still hungry," and I'm like,
Cane's is always packed out.
Yeah, and the fact that their menu was so limited that they can keep shit fresh is kind of dope. Like, we only got 2 things. Maybe so baby, it's gonna be what it's gonna be every time. And no matter, like, I don't care what location I go to, I don't care what time I go, like, it might not always be like A quality, but every 4 or 5 times it's like super hidden. And if you ask for it the way you want it, it's gonna be good. Like, yes, Rasing Cane chicken tender don't taste like your mother put her foot in it, but it's consistent, and it's like, oh, like, if you already got hot sauce at home and you already got some, some leftover Wingstop ranch at home, man, you gonna have a good night. It's consistent.
Yeah, you kind of always know what you're getting with them dudes, and they always had that bibbity boppity boo. What can Cane's do for you?
Yeah,
you want a smart ass response, but you can never think of one quick enough.
Hippity hop. Get my shit on. I'm a call.
I'm gonna wonder, like, click. Well, ding. What am I supposed to say? Well, click, clack, duck. I don't give a fuck. It was like, it was on the internet for a while. There, it was like, what the hell? Oh my gosh, that was your boy. He's none of our boy. I don't think any. Often, sometimes we be like this motherfucker, but S. Johnson voiceovers does not fuck with Rasing Cane's.
I mean, I don't, like, today he went to Publix and he had a sandwich, and I'm just like, I understand, like, you're, bringing the comedy in the real, and I'm like, but the sandwich looked good. 1, 2, everybody I've ever heard of, like, saying how good that sandwich is, I'm going to lean towards he was kind of hating a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody can't be wrong, my dude. Everybody can't be wrong.
Also, he don't need pecan pie. He out the gate already.
Yeah, he had it on a bunch of stuff I like. Like, he had a Star Crunch, but yet he thought that what cereal did I couldn't even finish a bowl of? He was like, "This shit is delicious."
The damn was the oatmeal pie one or was
Yes,
the
it was oatmeal pie one.
nut? Yeah.
It was definitely an oatmeal pie one. And like, I love regular oatmeal pies. I'm not a snobby dude. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, no, I take that back. I am a snobby dude. Let me stop lying. I haven't had an oatmeal cream pie. I love that stuff. I was just thought about it real quick. That shit, beautiful mind, real quick. It was like, I have not had an oatmeal cream pie in a long time. But the fact of the matter is, that shit did not taste like oatmeal cream pie. But he loved that shit.
Yeah.
It's just some stuff I feel like I know you are bringing the comedy, but it just seems like he's unnecessarily mean about some stuff. But that's just my opinion.
They can't all be Keith Lee.
They can't all be Keith Lee.
Who try to keep things real vibes, you know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing though. Chime Time is meaner than him.
He be mean sometimes. So
but it's not the same though. Maybe because the stuff that this dude has, I know because I've had it too, and I know I've had that before, and like that shit is around the corner, and you're being unfair to that place. I've only had Publix once, and I didn't have the chicken tenders, but next time I'm down south, I'll be sure to have one, and I'm sure it'll be just like basically, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like everything ain't gonna like you had it out of a grocery store. Like it's some stuff that is
it's a standard you got to go in kind of knowing what it's about to be. Like it's like good for grocery store sandwiches. It's not good because it's good.
Yeah, it's not like they hand dip better dip deals. No, they might have got some Cisco shit, but at the same time, it's like I'm sure you've been in your kitchen and you like, oh, I ain't got shit in this bitch. But you pull off some magic. You got some Jordan flu game. You got a Jordan flu game bowl. I know y'all don't have one of those times before it's like, I didn't think I was going to eat good tonight, and I ate great.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But I made the kid wanted some Kraft macaroni and cheese the other night because Vanessa's dad, I told you, I love him to death because I'm saying he be trying, but he'll hit up Costco and I'll get just a weird menagerie of items.
So that's the best thing about.
I got a big ass box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm like, well, the kids will eat it. They did, and like Lee was up, but like, hey man, I'm gonna go upstairs right quick. Man, I'll be right back. I'm like, are you though? And of course, Lee, like, I mean, I fell right to sleep. I'm sorry. I go, don't worry, I was already on this shit. I knew you was about to fall asleep, so I started hooking it up, and so I was like, I keep some cheese in the house, so like I melted cheese in the milk, right? And then I added the milk to the Kraft hookup. You know what I'm saying? We only have butter. We don't fucking no other no margarine in the crib. And then I hit it with a little bit of the seasoned salt that has the MSG in it. That shit was fire. Well, at least the kid said it was fire. So I got to put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I hooked it. You know what I'm saying? That's how. Every now and again you gotta just tweak your settings a little bit and gets down. So, but that's what's up, y'all. I don't know what restaurant I hope does not close, but I know the restaurant I miss is Ponderosa. Only because I miss they chicken wings. Yeah, I don't know if they chicken wings is truly it's a memory, so I can't do shit with it. It's just a memory.
Yeah, you can. They're still open.
No,
it's a Ponderosa at
Warren, Ohio.
Really? I was just in Warren. What?
Yeah, like I went out there a couple summers ago, and I looked it up recently. It's still there.
Warren is a bitch to get to. Like,
yeah, it's like an hour away, and it's a lot of country roads.
I just drove to Warren like 2 weeks ago. So you take 422 until you can't take 422 no more. Then it's a straight shot for another 35 minutes to get to the city proper. And all you see the whole time is bars and Dollar Generals. I'm not fucking lying. It's bar, Dollar General, bar, Dollar General, bar, Dollar General. I think there's one still down in Columbus too, and I know there's a couple in Pennsylvania. I mean,
honestly, I went to that one out in Warren a couple of summers ago, and dude, them wing dings be hitting like you think, and like the steak is like clearly not like steakhouse quality steak, like a fancy steakhouse, but for like how much it costs, it wasn't bad. Like that was a pretty solid T-bone buffet for like $20 some bucks.
If I could, like, I talked to my partner about this not too long ago. If I had the money to open up a restaurant or a chain, it would definitely be a Ponderosa. It would definitely be a Ponderosa because, like, it's missing from everybody's hearts and minds. Like, everybody remember going to Ponderosa when they was little, and it was just like, if you get them straight up recipes, I know them wingdings only got salt, pepper, and onion powder on them, but they were still fucking good.
They smack for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Well, hey, let's get to it. A show proper. Scroll up a little bit here. I told my child earlier, I'm like, I could probably do this without having it written down, but I keep stuff written down just in case. But it's as easy as this. Woke up quick at about noon. Just thought that I had to be in Compton soon. I gotta get drunk before the day begins. Before my mother start bitching about my friends. About to go and damn near went blind. Young niggas at the path throwing up gang signs. Ran in the house, grabbed my clip with the MAC-10 on the side of my hip. Bailed outside, pointing my weapon. Just as I thought, the fools kept stepping. Jumped in the four, hit the juice on my ride. I got front and back and side to side. Then I let the Alpine play. Bumping new shit by NWA. It was a gangster at the top of the list. And I played my old shit. It went something like this. Cruising down the street, my 6'4". Jocking the bitches. Slapping the hoes. Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there is cold shooting some hoop. A car pulls up, who can it be? A fresh El Camino rolling Kilo G. He rolled down his window and he started to say, it's all about making that GTA.
Because the boys in the hood are always hard.
You come talking that trash, they'll pull your car. Knowing nothing in life but to be legit.
Don't worry me, boy, because I ain't said shit.
What's good, y'all? It's episode 527, and we certainly have never made a profit doing this show, but that don't make us a non-profit. I'm your host, the Internet 713. Joining us, my best friends. It's the 216 song, Tatum.
Well, tonight, this might be episode 527, but I'm the biggest fan of 227. Hey, Mary.
Mary. And it's the homeboy Lunchbox 2099. What's the good word, sirs?
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
We don't get a song this week? No lyrics this week from you?
I haven't done a song lyrics in months.
And I'm still waiting. Just because you ain't done it, I mean, I ain't waiting for it.
Sitting on the edge of the seat like it's going to come back out of nowhere. It's going to be like just unexpected. It's going to be some you got to do this Romeo song from that episode of Bear. I did not know it was a Taylor Swift song, and like everybody, I watch people do reactions to the Bear, right? And everybody who watched reacts to that episode is like, "Oh, it's Taylor Swift." It's Taylor. I'm like, I do not know this woman's discography, and I don't hold that against her. I'm not mad at Taylor Swift for existing. I just don't know her tracks like that, and so there you go. That's my request. You do whatever that Romeo and Juliet song is called. Probably just Romeo and Juliet, ain't it? I'm just dumb.
It's Romeo and Juliet. Hot sex on a
Oh my gosh.
You know that box hit, right, Dan?
So like the song that I don't know what the Bear thing is that you're referring to or whatever. I assume you're talking about Taylor Swift's Love Story song. It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
No, that's not what
Romeo, save me. I've been feeling so alone.
Sure. Episode 7 of season 2 of The Bear is called Forks. Best episode of that show, my favorite episode probably of TV in some years. And that's a motherfucker. You know I love me some Ted Lasso. That episode right there is, I don't know, it's life-affirming in a great way. Well, in that episode, at one point, the character Richie is he's had a good day at work, and so he's driving home fast from work, and he's playing that damn Taylor Swift song, and it's actually a nod back to an earlier episode of the season when he was with his kid, and he goes, "Hey baby, I'm sorry, I love Taylor Swift too. I just needed a break." So it's like he's clearly getting into Taylor Swift because his kid likes Taylor Swift, and so basically that's just a little callback to that. And so I don't know the song, But again, I've watched so many people react to that episode, and every single one of them know that it's a Taylor Swift song. They know it right away, rip. They like, oh, and it also, the episode also closes with that song. And so it's just, again, I should probably just listen to it, because it's like I pulled many a song from the Bear soundtrack at this point, including Chicago by Sufjan Stevens. Really good song. And I don't know. Marry me something or other. I don't know the lyrics. I'm telling you right now, like I said, it's probably you are probably 1,000% correct, and just maybe you're not singing the part that was, in that episode. But again, the Bear. Highly recommend that show in general.
He knelt down, pulled out a ring, and said, "Marry me, Juliet. I've been feeling there, so right? Alone."
Yeah. That part. So
that part.
But regular show as it is this week, got a couple news stories, got some Remember the Assholes, and I have tried, and in fact, here I'm going to go ahead and click the share button now. I was like, let me make sure our video watchers, who are our patrons, make sure they get some some good times, some visions, some visualizations to be had when they watch this video. So here I'm going to pop up the articles we're about to share with you. And another thing that I think is hilarious, but also I got some images of things I've watched and read this week, so I'm extra prepared. So like I say, we're good to go. People here, let's pop the share.
Weed pictures. Like I'm gonna say this, and I'm always gonna say this shit is misleading. Like every time you see a Mary Jane picture, they always show them picture of them goddamn leaves. Knowing them leaves ain't what get you high. I just found that out like 2 years ago.
Nope, it's the bud. Not the beer, because the bud makes me wiser. You know that lyric you get at your boy. This is from Megan Henry of the Ohio Capitol Journal. Legislation trying to tweak Ohio's new adult use marijuana law continues to be at a standstill. So you know what that means? The law stands as written, meaning currently you can have 12 plants of weed growing in your house. You ain't breaking the law. You can have weed with crazy high THC levels, and you are not breaking the law in the great state of Ohio, because these people in the House and the Senate of the great state of Ohio cannot and will not come to terms. But let's read about it. Megan Henry on the byline. Lawmakers have yet to bring changes to Ohio's new marijuana law over the finish line. The Ohio Senate passed a bill in December with major changes to the marijuana law, but the Ohio House once again did not bring the bill to the floor to concur during Wednesday's session that has not moved its own bill. It's a complex issue, Ohio House Speaker Jason Stevens, Republican Kits Hill, told reporters Tuesday. Marijuana has been legal in Ohio since December, after Ohioans passed Issue 2 in November, prompting lawmakers in both chambers to come up with legislation to tweak the current law. Issue 2 was a citizens' initiative, meaning Ohio lawmakers can propose and pass modifications to the new law after the election. Ohioans can't legally purchase marijuana yet, but they can grow their own, 6 plants per person with 12 plants per residence. Issue 2 created the Division of Cannabis Control within the Ohio Department of Commerce, which expects to complete the rulemaking process for non-medical cannabis licensing applications by June 7th, and plans to start giving provisional licenses for non-medical cannabis facilities by T's birthday, September 7th. Jamie Crawford, PIO of the Ohio Department of Commerce, said in an email, sales of recreational marijuana can't happen until licenses are issued and facilities are certified. Issue 2 also creates 5 funds in the state's treasury: the Adult Use Tax Fund, the Cannabis Social Equity and Jobs Fund, the Host Community Cannabis Fund, the Substance Abuse and Addiction Fund, and Division of Cannabis Control and Tax Commissioner Fund. Issue 2 puts in its place a full regulatory framework. We don't need the legislature to do anything, said Tom Harden, spokesman of the Coalition to Regulate Marijuana Like Alcohol. You remember this guy? We talked about him before. Stephen says there are 2 main issues with the marijuana law they need to tackle: setting up the business structure of who gets dispensary licenses and how the tax revenue is going to work. That's where we are in our discussion, and our priority right now is having those through discussions, as there was a long runway for this issue. So we still have time to do that, Stephen said. House Bill 86, State Senator Rob McCauley, Republican Napoleon, introduced changes to the state's marijuana law that were later added to House Bill 86, even though that bill originally had nothing to do with marijuana. State Rep. Jeff Larray, Republican Violet Township, introduced HB 86, which would have revised the state's liquor control laws. Under HB 86, the marijuana tax rate would go up to 15% and increase from issue 2's 10% tax at the point of sale for each transaction. The bill could also allow for local governments and local counties to levy an additional tax on top of the marijuana excise tax of 3%. A higher tax rate means the higher price for consumers. What's now HB 86 would limit homegrown to 6 plants per household and give automatic expungements for those with possession of amounts of 2.5 ounces or less. Ohioans 21 and older could go to a dispensary and buy recreational products once HB 86 went into effect. If HB 86 were to pass the House, it would take effect 90 days after Governor DeWine signs the bill. DeWine urged lawmakers back in December to pass HB 86 so he can sign into law, saying this would stamp out the black market. House Minority Leader Allison Russo, Democrat, Upper Arlington, said she expects the Ohio House will address some of marijuana legislation when the House resumes in April. What the fuck do they do in this House of ours? That they be just, I'm gone all of March and all of February. I'll see you in April. What are we doing? But fair.
They're taking their time.
I think everyone agrees. What'd you say?
They're just taking their time getting them laws right.
That's not true. I think everyone agrees.
It's just like when people say, "I'm gonna pray on it," and they go out. It's like I'm gonna think on these laws for a little bit.
I think that everyone agrees that there are certain aspects of this legislation that weren't adequately addressed in issue 2. And we've talked about many components, she said. I think there's a lot of agreement on some things and still many discussions that need to be had about other aspects. The next scheduled House session is April 10th. So even if the House were to pass the bill then, HB 86 wouldn't go into effect until July. It's been unfortunate to see members of the General Assembly so quickly try to subvert the will of the voters through House Bill 86, for instance, Heron said. I'm encouraged the House is obviously taking a much more deliberate approach. This is how the revenue funds would be distributed under House Bill 86. 28% to the County Jail Construction Fund. 19% to the Department of Public Safety Law Enforcement Training Fund. Or 16% if the Marijuana Expungement Fund has ceased to exist, meaning everybody has gotten expunged, we've done what we had to do, and now we don't got to do no more expungements. 14% to the AG Law Enforcement Training Fund. 11% to the Substance Abuse Treatment and Prevention Fund, or 9% in the Marijuana Expungement Fund has ceased to exist. So, we cut it back. We don't need them no more. 9% to the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline Fund. 5% to Marijuana Receipts Drug Law Enforcement Fund. 5% to Marijuana Expungement Fund. 5% to the Safe Driver Training Fund. 4% to the Ohio Investigative Unit Operations Fund. 3% to the Division of Marijuana Control Operations Fund. And 2% to the Marijuana Poison Control Fund for all those children that's going to eat your edibles. House Bill 354. State Representative Jamie Callender, Republican Concord, introduced House Bill 354 in December, which clarifies some of Issue 2's language. The bill has had 2 hearings so far on the House Finance Committee. It would keep homegrown the same under Issue 2, clarifying that homegrown must take place at a residential address. This is how tax revenue will be distributed if that bill were to pass. 36% to the Host Community Cannabis Fund. 36% to the Cannabis Social Equity and Jobs Fund. 12.5% to the Substance Abuse and Addiction Fund would go to Ohio's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline Fund to administer the 988 system. 10% of the Substance Abuse and Addiction Fund would provide mental health and addiction services in county jails. 3% to the operations of the Division of Marijuana Control and Department of Taxation. 2.5% to the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services, develop the state's mental health workforce. Sweet Jesus. Politicians be wilding, man. We'll let this one go. Box sent me a story about this, and then I found another story about this because as the time has gone on, the story has increased and grown even more. So I got a more recent one. But just want to make sure we give credit where it's due for my man, Daniel, okay? Cleveland's own is what I'm going to put in front of this, even though they don't put it on this. Tracy Chapman's Fast Car up 241% in streams, 38,000% in sales after a Grammy performance. In this week's Trending Up, Fast Car is speeding up post-Grammys, while USA for Africa's charitable staple is again sweeping the country. I don't care about that. Again, it's in the show notes if you want to read that weird part, first part of that article. It's just talking about the article. It's literally talking about what this particular piece or article, I guess, because it's called Trending Up, and I guess they regularly have Trending Up articles.
I guess
though she hasn't been nominated. I'm sorry, what?
I guess I need to listen to this song.
Fast Cars is a beautiful song. If you want to listen to the 1985 Wembley performance, because basically what the story is that Stevie Wonder's sound people couldn't get his sound to work right quick.
Mm-hmm.
So she had just performed before that. And so she's just like, hey, I'll go back out there and do maybe an encore right quick to hold y'all down for a little longer. And so this is the first time she performed that song ever. And it's so good. And her singing it is so beautiful. And yeah, man, Fast Car is an amazing song. Though she hasn't been nominated at the awards since 2010, Tracy Chapman was unquestionably one of the biggest winners from the Grammys on Sunday night. She made a rare public appearance at the ceremony to perform her signature 1988. Yeah, so that's another thing. She performed it in like 85, which is like crazy, like 3 years before it actually even came out. That's why I was like, said it's a big deal. Alongside country superstar Luke Combs, whose cover version brought the song back into the mainstream in 2023. The much buzzed about performance has led to days of celebration of Chapman at times under-recognized legacy, and of course, a whole lot of Fast Car consumption. Fast Car racked up 949,000 official on-demand U.S. streams on Monday, the day following the Grammys, up 241% from 278,000 it notched the prior Monday. That's a big gain, though it's nothing compared to how the song exploded in digital song sales, soaring 38,400% from a negligible amount to nearly 14,000. The Combs version also saw some huge gains in the same period, rising 37% in streams to nearly 1.6 million and nearly 3,900% in sales to just over 6,000. Could it be enough for Chapman's Fast Car, which originally peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 188, to return to the chart? It's not impossible, though it will have to do well enough to make the top half of the chart to be eligible for a re-entrant due to Billboard's chart's rules about catalog songs. If it keeps cruising through the week on its early momentum, though, it may have a shot. And as of Wednesday, it was still number 2 and number 52 on the daily U.S. charts in iTunes and Spotify, respectively. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but let me tell you something. It's a We Are the World documentary. I hadn't watched it yet, but that's what I think watched it. And because of that, We Are the World is streaming is up 300% as well. But again, this is in your show notes, so you can just scroll down and read that part of it. But word to Cleveland's own Tracy Chapman, putting it down on paper, doing the damn thing. Fast Cars is a gorgeous song, and it's sad. It kind of make you kind of almost tear up when you hear it, but it's a real good way. I'm gonna click play on Fast Car right here in this for just a wee bit. Actually, I'm not gonna do it in this video screen because that might cause some issues with the. I'm gonna click on that.
You know what's funny is I brought up the Grammy performance in my work's team huddle on Monday, and one of the ladies that I work with said that she went to school with Tracy Chapman. They were friends.
Yeah, and I grew up down the street from people who were related to her.
Nice. All right, push
you
play
you
on
would
this.
know who this person is. They're a maker of cakes.
Oh, word! That's amazing. If anybody wants to know Tracy Chapman, and I'd be cool with hearing that, that's one person I'd be like, that's dope.
Yes, those cakes were delicious too.
All right, here I'm gonna push play. I try to pull the video off the screen so you guys won't see the video, but I just want you to hear it.
Get a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. get a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living.
Jesus Christ. I swear to God, it really hits me in my guts, bro. Like, it's such a beautiful song. And oh man.
There's like the one part in the middle when they get through like the second course or whatever, and they hit that long I. And that's where it hits you in the soul.
Yeah. And I just had somebody. I just read maybe one of us sent it to each other, or I saw it somewhere on the internet. Which either way, because that's just how I see shit on the internet. Was talking about how black folk slang and how they say shit, and I like how she said it right there in that song. She said "me myself" as opposed to just saying "I" or "me." And here Tracy Chapman years ago is saying "me myself," and I just had to laugh because I just saw an article. Or like a TikTok, Twitter about how black people do that kind of shit when we be flipping our English. Tracy Chapman, hilarious. All right, last thing, like I said, this one is more for the fellas, but also for, like I said, you are video watchers. Look at this shit. Xander sent this to the family chat earlier.
Family chat.
It's a NASCAR croc.
Those are pretty. I like the colors.
And I was like,
I love that. When you put them in sports mode, you're officially in sports mode. You got the spoiler.
Yeah, it's got the spoiler. So I was like, oh, should I'm like, I look at me, bitch, $70 damn. No, sir. But well, he had come home because he needed to take. He had to go drop his car somewhere, and then I had to ride out with him and get him back. And he was like, those are already on the way. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. He bought them.
Yeah, I really want the Lightning McQueen ones, and they glow and everything.
Xander has a pair of Lightning McQueens.
Oh,
he has worn them. He has worn them bitches down, but he does. I want to go back so you can see the kids version because I kind of appreciate the kids version.
Oh, those are nice, sir.
Yeah,
because you can see the checker flag on them. No spoiler though.
Yeah, for sure. And then he said he went ahead and copped the Daytona Charm. See, you think Daytona that, and I was thinking Daytona this the arcade game Daytona.
Yeah, I was thinking about Ghostface.
For sure. But there you go, patrons. Like I said, that was just some weird shit that happened in my life, and I just happened to have I was like, oh, I can share what that looked like. Trust me, I'll share the screen later again for some other stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of dope how our Crocs are just or consistently just trying new stuff, because a lot of people wear them.
For sure.
Yeah, they're a comfortable shoe. They're not, not that fashion forward or anything like that. But like, it's funny how in Idiocracy, that's what everybody's wearing, and that was becoming true.
That movie and The Simpsons, man, just got a lot of stuff right. So, respect to Mike Judge for knowing what's up. But as always, sir, this is when I hand the reins over to the homeboys here. You know what I'm saying? First up, as always, is Tatum. Ant-Man, what's the good word, bruv?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, but at the same time,
I do. Hold on, before you start that party, I do need to share one last screen right quick. Let me pull this up for you.
Okay.
I've had this piece of art or this photograph for fucking ever, waiting for the opportunity to use it for some show shit. And you tell a story of both a deer and a turkey, and sir, it was my time. Scroll down, because like I said, it's been here for so long. It's like way at the bottom of this folder.
You got a fast car.
Bruh, I'm singing in my head too. So if you are where you are patient and could watch the video version of this show, right when Anthony starts talking about this in the video version of our show from last week, this image pops up.
And
so good.
No lie, that looks like the area I seen the turkey in.
And I don't know, man. Like I said, I've held on to it thinking at some point I can use it for show art or something, but in this instance, I just put it in the actual the video edit. Like I said, because I'm constantly trying to get my editing jobs up, so I just right there. So once you're talking that part of the thing, that just pops on the screen for a second or so.
Yeah,
to the light, please, sir.
Yeah, I told Emma, I was like, "Hey, buddy, you made the show." He's like, "Can I listen to it?" I was like, "Yeah." You know what? Tomorrow in the car on the way to school, I'll play that part for you. So,
cool.
He was pretty excited about it. He's a pretty funny character. So every kid's afraid of pain. So I'm like, "Hey, man, that tooth is just waggling out front." He lost another tooth today, and what corresponds with what I'm going to talk about tonight is I found like a pretty fantastic chocolate chip cookie recipe. My partner loves what people call boneless chocolate chip cookies.
That's my man Link from GMM. That's the way he don't like chocolate chips. So he liked he like them free of chocolate chips.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean because it's not a sugar cookie. Yeah, he doesn't. He's made the show watching Unpleasurable, but that's a whole other thing. I've been looking for like a good recipe, and I used the so I found a recipe. It was like I when I'm looking at stuff, I take signs. Like I had already took out two sticks of butter. I'm like, all right, so I'm looking for recipes, and what I usually do is I look at 3 recipes, and I either see which ones I like the best throughout theirs, or I whatever I got in the kitchen. I'm like, this is what I mostly have here, so I don't got to stray from and buy nothing extra. So these chocolate chip cookies didn't taste like shortbread, which I don't like the way shortbread tastes. It was just good. So I pulled his tooth out earlier, and I was like, "Hey, man, that is waggling. You just gonna be looking crazy because he'll just leave it to the point where it's like hanging like this and just leave it." I'm like, "You can't do that because I don't want you to swallow it." So I pulled it out, and I was like, "All right, you can have a cookie when you get done." So I got him a $5 bill there, and this is Paw Patrol, the movie Adventure City Calls.
Nice.
On PlayStation 4. So hopefully he didn't hear that, which he don't because he be sleeping. I know Anthony might have heard that, but I'll go put that under.
Man, your two very swagged out, giving gifts.
Last time he got a Godzilla under his pillow. But yeah, it's whatever we got around the house. It ain't like, oh, you get $5. If we ain't got no money, you ain't got no money. But I happen to have $5, so that's what he'll get tonight when I get off here. So that was, I guess, that part. I don't really know why I told that. But what I question to you tonight is, we have the big game coming this weekend. So, are you guys watching the big game?
Yes.
I'll probably watch it. I just don't know where. I don't really have plans.
Okay, yeah. We'll probably be like watching it at home because what is on Paramount Plus and TV and what else is?
Just on Channel 19 to me, but Nickelodeon has their version of it. So
I know
it'll be nice because last year I watched it in the hospital.
Not anymore. You're still standing. You're still strong.
You're still here.
Well, other than that, like, yeah, I guess I'll watch it on Channel 19. I'll plug up the bunny ears and get that popping.
I did, and I've been testing it every other day to make sure it's still tight. Because sometimes, man, it just be like,
nah,
I
can't you watch
but all of a sudden,
can't you watch the live feed on Paramount Plus?
Sure, I can. But I literally just read a story about this because that's why I got my antenna back out. Streaming shit is always at least 60 seconds behind live. That's at that point, the world has told me what happened. I'd like to see it happen myself. And I know I just, get off my phone, but I mean, still, you know how it is. The best part about watching shit, you're like, oh, let's all watch it together in unison.
Yeah, I feel like it was a setup because I had Paramount Plus for like a fucking year with T-Mobile Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And then, like, they reminded me a couple weeks ago, like, hey, baby, yo, year up. It's time for you to start paying for this. And I said, no, it ain't. So I got rid of Paramount Plus like just not too long ago. And then right after that, like, we got an email. Mission Impossible, whatever number this is. And it's like, yo, you want to watch Mission Impossible, right? Wrong, you can't watch it because you got rid of us this week. So
I gave you the login for that like a year ago.
Oh, well, there we go. We got that solved. But yeah, because the only thing I did use was the because I had Paramount Plus for a year. I guess that's why I stopped using your login because I had it for a year with T-Mobile, but I still use the other one to watch Ted. Well, it's the same login. Oh, okay. I'm sure it's in our text. I remember. It's a very funny password.
Yeah, it was very topical.
Yes, at the time. But
yeah, Ted's fantastic. We have one episode left. Like we watched episode 6 last night, and I laughed my ass off.
It's a very funny show. I like probably one of the best television spinoff times since RoboCop the animated series. It's one of the best.
Hyper specific, but yeah, I hear you.
So okay, we narrowed down what you're going to watch. So now, what are you guys going to eat? Are you guys going to have something special? Because I'm sorry, I don't even fucking watch the Super Bowl all like that. But best believe we get the platter going.
Nice.
We usually like have like some pizza, like chili, wings, of course. But man, I would love to have, Lord willing and Pusha T pushing, I would love to have some chicken from Mr. Chicken dipped in the buffalo sauce. That is so good. I've been thinking about it all day today. I'm like, man, that's what I should order.
Had not thought about it till you just told me that. Maybe I will send Ness on a mission to go get some little tenders. Maybe I might have some tenders. I had no plans to get no food. I really don't. I was gonna kick it, watch Super Bowl, and just have a good time and root for the Chiefs, and that's what's up. Which means the 49ers are definitely gonna win because that's just how it works for me. Just is.
Well, I put money on the Chiefs, so.
That was gonna be part 3, Lance. Don't rush it. Don't rush it, baby. Don't rush it. So
I'm sorry. Get the lube out.
All right. We can use our hands until we get to that part. So are you going to have anything? Or your friends going to bring any food? Or
so like, I think this is kind of goes in hand with what I mentioned to you guys in a previous episode that we actually got a tweet to us about
Plan B food.
Plan B invites because like I'm sure I know somebody who's probably doing a Super Bowl party. But we're like 3 days away from the event, and I'll tell you right now, I don't know of any that I've been invited to.
Somebody tweeted us about this?
Yeah. I got a tweet today from someone that tagged me in the show and said that they understood what I was saying because they experienced it too.
I definitely don't be checking our Twitter situation.
I didn't get a notification about it. I just happened to be in the artist formerly known as Twitter, and I got the little notification red circle when I was in there.
Well, this is from a blue shirt and jacket. and said, Skim Pod and Lunchbox, I feel you 100%. I feel like the person who gets invited in hindsight also. I'm going to give them a like. Click.
Yeah, I've never been to a Super Bowl party before. Like, I've only
been to one. It was with Gabriel's people.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even, I'd have to hit him up and be like, where the hell did we go to the Super Bowl party at? And it was slightly weirdly uncomfortable because I don't know these people. So I'm definitely a stranger in a house full of strangers. But then they just accept me like it wasn't nothing to it. And so, and then they had it on like multiple TVs throughout the house and food everywhere and people everywhere. And so it ended up being a fine time. I just don't, like I said, I cannot recall from what Super Bowl that was and so forth. I think Green Bay was at the Super Bowl at that point. So it's been forever.
Oh, which was almost every Super Bowl except this one.
So that was a while ago. I'll just say that. But I think that's on the Super Bowl party. Oh, no. And we had one once, but not really. It was basically Gabe and his wife came over probably right after. Man, that had to be before Lily was born. Or Lee, forgive me now. Lily at the time, the former Lily, the now Lee, was born. And because Gabe's wife made a cake, and that was Broncos Bears, so she made a cake that had them on there and like and decorated it with the colors and stuff like that there, and so that's us just hanging out, watching Super Bowl on at my house at that point. So that really wasn't a party. That was just 4 adults and a baby. So
sounds like a movie.
Yeah. Like I don't know if it's just because we're pretty much, except for T, all from Cleveland, we've never had like any real ties to a Super Bowl as part of it. Probably in my family. Well, I've never really. I guess maybe the Super Bowl became not necessarily more important, but more relevant in a household when, me and my partner got together because she watches football. Like, it's never really been like, oh man, I need to watch the Super Bowl. It was just like, oh man, I get to go to the grocery store and ain't nobody in here. That's kind of dope.
Dig. I definitely respect it, man.
Myles Garrett won the Defensive Player of the Year award.
Nice.
He should have.
Who's Myles Garrett?
Probably our best.
I'm just kidding.
Best player. No promise to it. That's for everybody else out there who may not know.
I know he has a mustache.
So.
Oh, and Jim Schwartz won Assistant Coach of the Year, and the Cavs just won their 8th game in a row.
Every time I'm on,
if you go look at
every time I'm on TikTok, they keep on showing that Jared Allen block, like, and that guy 7'3".
Him and Ben Simmons got into it tonight.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I thought Ben Simmons was out for the year.
No, he back. He was out for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Also, we started the second half with a 21-0 run. It was kind of ridiculous. And we won that quarter 31-18. We kind of beat the brakes off the Nets. It looked closer than it is. 118-95 is how we wrapped that game up.
And we got a bunch of rumors about the Spider going to the Lakers. What do you guys think about that? Since we're talking about sports,
it'll be next year, and I ain't worried about it until next year.
Yeah, the trade deadline ended today, so
and,
I'm
gonna be real with you. If we do well,
did you think
like if we hold it, what?
Damn, like, computer stalled out, and then it sped back up, and he was moving fast as fuck. I hope that got caught because you're like.
I'm saying if we hold we continue forth with great success as we've been playing. That means we do hopefully well in the playoffs. I'm not saying nothing like that. Just well in the playoffs, meaning getting the fuck out of the first round. God, who knows? And you know what I'm saying, and money right. Yeah, he might leave. people always shitting on Cleveland about things like this, but they constantly like want to snatch away any good things we have because they just think Cleveland just Cleveland, like that motherfucker from Dallas tried to talk shit on us and
had to
be
him out of town since the day he got here.
Yeah,
legit. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. He really seems to enjoy his time here, and it's been playing really well. So
don't get me wrong, I think he's leaving, but you know, we are built on disappointment this time. We can't help ourselves. Everything points to that shit always.
So is Utah the only team that's for the whole state?
Let's take a look. I happen to have the NBA up right now. Boston,
Portland,
City. Nope, Portland's the city.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. I know what you meant. I thought you meant like the only one in the state. Let's see.
Indiana Pacers are the entire state. Indiana.
Okay.
Let's see if anybody else is doing a whole state situation.
It used to be the New Jersey Nets.
Yes.
Now that the Brooklyn Nets.
But Golden State Warriors.
Mm.
You know, so that technically covers all of Cali. But that is it. Those are your state teams. Golden State Warriors, Utah Jazz, and the Indiana Pacers, which should just be the Indianapolis Pacers, because that's where they play at.
Interesting. So, I guess back to volume 3 of this part, the bets. I'm not going to bet.
Any prop bets box?
I don't even know if we have access to that here. I haven't looked.
Ooh.
But I know that state regulations ban some of that kind of stuff. So I don't even know if we have the ability to do that here.
Is that because I know one of the things from listening to Foosballs I learned that Reba McEntire is singing the national anthem, and they're one of the over unders is it going to be under 90 seconds or something like that when she sings?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't she sing for 95 seconds and win money on that? Bet $1 million and win some money? Or imagine on that?
Imagine you're the equipment manager for the Chiefs or whatever, and they win. You could have texted your family before the game, hey, I made the purple Gatorade, put $10,000 on it.
Yeah. Oh. All right, here we go. Here are some prop bets. 49ers to win the first half, Chiefs to win the game. That's plus 525 at Caesars right now. Team to score the longest touchdown, 49ers is and that's minus 142 by FanDuel on FanDuel. The field goal play, first scoring play, a KC field goal and a SF field goal are both at plus 360. If you play, say, $20 on each option and one hits, you can make $52. Christian McCaffrey scoring the first touchdown is plus 360. Will the last play of the game be a QB nil? Yes, plus 200. Travis Kelce wins Super Bowl MVP, plus 1,200 on DraftKings. Total number of players to throw a pass, over 2.5, plus 160 on FanDuel. Coin toss tails, plus 100. There will be a 2-point conversion attempted, plus 128. Team score last to also win the game, minus 245. Jersey number of first touchdown score over 22.5 the jersey number being over 22.5 minus 115 on DraftKings. Shortest touchdown under 1.5 yards, 170 on draft. That's crazy. Prop bets are weird. Taylor Swift themed prop bets. We'll scroll down a little bit. Shake it off. 49ers to score first, Chiefs to win, plus 350. Today was a fairy tale. Kelce to score a TD and Chiefs win. Anti-hero, Brock Purdy, 250 plus pass yards and 2+ passing touchdowns. Mine, Travis Kelce to record 87 plus receiving yards. Look what you made me do. Chiefs trail in the fourth quarter and win the game. Those are great Taylor Swift themed prop bets. Here are some long shot bets, okay? Will the final score be scoreagami? Yes. You know what scoreagami is, Box?
I have heard the term, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
Quick little peek. Scoreagami is a concept thought up by John Boyce. It's the art of building final scores that have never happened before in NFL history due to unique due to unique nature of how points are scored in American football. where it's impossible to score 1 point on its own, as well as the rarity of the 2-point safety and the 8-point touchdown and 2-point conversion. There are a lot of scores that are possible but never have happened. For more info, check out the video below. Okay. So, a score that's never happened before in NFL history, a possible score got me. That's at plus 2,500. Position of first touchdown scorer, quarterback, plus 1,000. Super Bowl MVP, any defensive player, is plus 1,100 because it simply rarely happens. Super Bowl MVP to be on the losing team. And again, I don't think I've ever seen it happen, but I guess it's possible. Plus 3,900. Exact score prediction, KC24 SF20, plus 15,000 at BetMGM. There will be overtime, plus 900. Isaiah Pacheco's alternate rushing yards, 100 plus yards. That's plus 425 at DraftKings. And Deebo Samuel to score 1 rushing and 1 receiving touchdown. That's plus 3,000 on FanDuel. So, man, it's a lot of different prop bets to be had out there. And I guess, like you said, you don't know, we have prop bets available in our state regulations regarding bets. So,
but if you could pick a prop bet, what would it be?
I love the Gatorade one. The idea of it is cool. Also, I'm hopeful that it's blue Gatorade because that's the one I fuck with, the dark blue. So,
yeah,
I hope it's that.
I'm a Riptide Rush type of guy, which is kind of purplish gray.
Yep.
Like a Solomon Grundy type of Gatorade.
So if you mix purple and lemonade Kool-Aid, it's that color.
Yes.
Born
Sunrise.
on a Monday.
So no prop bets for you that you would pick lunch?
I mean, I would just, if I could, the only one I would go is like over under on the national anthem, and I would take a swing at the color of the Gatorade just for the shits and gigs, but
shits and gigs are pretty good.
Gambling seems like the most degenerate bullshit when it comes down to Super Bowl prop bets. It's like, that's some wild heads or tails and so forth. Like, y'all gotta chill, man. Y'all just betting on every goddamn thing.
But it's like, it seems like that's what people be getting their shit off on those. Like, that one almost seems like the most fair shit. Like, hey, blue, green, or pink, which one? All right.
It's just wild. I just like saying it's crazy.
Which fiance is going to be cheering the loudest? Which one got the BBL last?
Man, I actually said something to someone on Instagram yesterday about their BBL.
Oh, wow. Really?
It was, so like, I follow this person on Instagram. We'll call them an Instagram model, but like their off Instagram profession is exotic dancer. And they had put up one of those. They're not local, but they may have worked there back in the day. I don't know. But they put up one of those Instagram story question boxes, and like their question was like, "Tell me what's going on in your life right now. Like, where are you at? Like mentally, like not like physically."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I saw it like 12 hours after they put that shit in there, and they did the thing where like they take like they answer the questions with different pictures and they say shit or whatever. And so like I read through all of them and I was like, I'm gonna be funny because like this person has talked about how like she's getting rid of her BBL or whatever. And so I went back to the question box and I typed recovering BBL addict. And she actually went and used my reply in one of the story panels, and she said something like, "Well, at least it wasn't crack cocaine addict or something like that."
So this is what a traditional BBL is supposed to be just fat deposits put back into your butt from your own body. So how would you have that removed? So
I guess just suck the fat out,
huh? I guess. I don't know, because usually I think
that or just get like a syringe and like a turkey baster.
They be using them turkey basters. Yeah, I don't know. It always seemed like kind of weird to me. Like you'll look, it seems like some of those models is like you just go scroll down to the bottom of the pictures like, oh, this is the transition period, and then right here, this is where you like a week before you got it, you're like, I'm going into the gym.
That's what kills me. Is like that was the thing I respected about her in this instance, is that she was like honest upfront and like open about it. Like, I got it when I was 22. I don't like it anymore. I want to get it removed, yada yada yada. But then you got the people who get it and just like, I've been hitting legs real hard for the last 3 weeks. Look what happened to me.
Yeah.
Like, no, your ass was hitting surgery for the last 3 weeks and you're finally recovered enough to take some new photos.
And like it was
live your life, boo.
Yeah, I've seen like it was a bunch of videos. It's like man on the street, like asking like, what do men prefer? Like the
Carl
BBLs. Carl Monday wants to know that ass or not that ass. And they were saying like, which do men prefer, BBLs or natural bodies? And it's like, I'm personally like, yeah, big butts are nice and all, but like, it's kind of like I'm afraid to kind of like I'd be afraid to like pictures, and I was like, I don't. It's not it's to me. It's getting to the point where it's like, I don't know if I
too
like
much.
it. It's too much, man. It's too much. Like,
I think that's where she's at, like based on what she's talked about. Is this like she says she can't go out and feel like a normal person anymore?
I mean, obviously, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but like, I'm sure it's been BBLs out in the wild out here, I guess. But I don't
BBL country.
Yeah, out in BBL country.
I think we get like BBL cousins. I don't think we get like full herds of BBLs here.
Yeah,
we don't really have BBL territory.
I mean, I don't know. I'm old anyway.
This is more heart surgery land.
I mean, I'm not smashing nobody's cheeks to smithereens anyway out here, so it really don't matter. But I don't know. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's just getting to the point where it's like every I just want to just see some regular ladies. Like, it's
show me something natural, like ass with some stretch marks.
Sure. I don't know, man. It's just it's gonna be a wave about 10 years from now with a bunch of their daughters being having pancake butt because
everything comes back around. You know?
Yeah. Because like I thought I was gonna be curvy like you, Mom. You probably won't be. Yeah.
Hey man, I got nothing but respect and love for it. If you like it, I love it, because that's what's up. Because like I said, whatever makes you feel better as a person,
the thing is
fine by me. Truly, it does.
I understand. I totally understand what you're saying, but wouldn't it be more fair to be like, hey, I love you as you are, so you shouldn't have to do that to yourself? Same,
but that's me assuming they did it because I wanted it done.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, the men, like, they were interviewing women on the street, and they were asking what men prefer, and then all the ladies were saying they think a man wants a BBL. All the men said, I want a natural woman. So maybe if men could say it in a non-gross way, like or like you just said, the Kendrick Lamar verse. If it could be said in a way that would make women feel comforted, could that be a thing?
I guess. I don't. It's interesting how men oftentimes will. I know you're saying in this situation the question was asked, so that we're not saying that, but men often have a habit of thinking things is done for their eye, for their view. Some women just want a fatter ass. because they want a fatter ass.
So they need to admit that and stop blaming us then a little bit.
I think it's like they buy themselves some new lingerie and then they say it's from the man, or like I saw something on Twitter today where the dude's like, my in-laws bought me a new table for my birthday, but secretly I know that they bought it because my wife wanted it. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or like thongs. I ain't never heard a man say, "You know what, baby? I can see your underwear through those things. I think you need to wear these underwear up your booty." Like no matter what, it's like it's chocolate cake. I'm gonna be fine no matter what's going on. I'm gonna take a bite no matter what flavor it is. Oh, good night.
I can't hear the word thong and not think Cisco. That man is synonymous with a thong.
It's the first thought.
It's Cisco, and then it's Lita from wrestling.
You would like to think it would be, you know, an ass that you would think of, but no.
I just think of a man doing a flip in the air, like yeah, oh baby, because I know I probably still have that DVD. It was like it's called like 24 Hours with Cisco. Oh, we lost Dan on a muscle.
Not the first time. You know how it is. He probably just bumped something. So.
It was this is when I was just like, man, Melissa Ford was in that video, and God, it's not Vita Guerrera. God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. We were just talking about her, T. Aaron Hall's ex.
Is that not Vita Guerrera?
No, it's not. And I'm feeling real dumb because I know we talked about it like it was like 2 weeks ago. It's not Vita Guerrera. Gloria Velez.
Gloria Velez, yes.
But yeah, I think that Cisco video, and I think of Big Boy like in the BTS of the video talking about, well, he make a thong song and we gonna make a song called G String song. But yeah, I don't know.
Hey, like they said, the whole, I mean, I guess, or at least just my vote on the matter or lean on the matter is, again, do what makes you happy, what fulfills your existence. If it is a bigger butt or a lesser butt, bigger boobs or lesser boobs or whatever, as long as you are happy, safe, comfortable, do you, and have a good time and appreciate yourself for however you want to and need to appreciate oneself. I ain't tripping about it. I'm never expecting things to be done for my gaze, because who cares? You do for you, and it's breezy, you know?
And like I said, I'm not even saying for the male gaze. My whole thing is just saying that, like, and I totally agree with everything you're saying. I would just like to know, would some positive reinforcement, you know what? Maybe it's the fact that some men just can't give positive reinforcement without it being creepy. Could that be a thing?
A question for the age. It's like it just, I don't know. Like I said, it lends itself toward, again, a question nobody really asked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man. I mean, like you said, she might have wanted a bigger butt and got a bigger butt, and that's the end of it. And you saying nothing could do nothing, and you saying anything could do nothing. She still wanted a bigger butt, and so I leave it at that. You know. Can't fix it, yay or nay. Let's check on the man and make sure everything is okay. Because now it's been long enough that it feels like
he should have been back, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Box's internet went out, so it does become my part of the show all the time. So I got to spend a little bit of time this week through unfortunate circumstances with the Podfather. You know what I'm saying? Gabe flew in his out. His grandmother, who had been ill, finally passed on this past Friday, and so the friends and family visitation was the other day. And so I got to go and see. I just told you about that Super Bowl party I went to. All those people plus a bunch more that I have not seen in so very long. So it was great to see his folks. I got to see his high school best friend Stan, who I hadn't seen in a very long time, and I got to see Stan's sister. I got to see the Silver Coquille was there with her kid. Her kid is so tall. It's crazy how big her kid is now, man. Her kid's father was there. I hadn't seen him in a very long time because he had gone through some tough times, and it was good to see him and see him healthy and doing better in life. And so that was dope to see him as well. Got to see Gabe's brother, and though they're not on the best of terms, it was good for me. It was good to see him and talk to him and show him love. It was a beautiful ceremony that I could not understand a word of because it's all in Spanish. But hold on, flip that. I can understand just about every sixth or seventh word because I kind of do know my Spanish a little in that regard. But it really was a beautiful ceremony. They played a bit of music, like literally like people on guitars, and they did what I know as, because I grew up in the AME church, but other people may know it as something else, the Apostles' Creed. But they did it in Spanish, but it flows just like it does in English. So I had to chuckle. I was like, I could almost do that in English if I thought hard on it. You know what I'm saying? Believe in God the Father, maker of heaven and earth, and Jesus Christ, his only Son, our Lord, who was conceived of the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, suffered under Pontius Pilate, was crucified, died, and buried. On the third day, he rose from the dead. On the third day, he rose from the dead. There's some more to it. But anyway, like I said, I can do it. I was like, I can almost hit the freestyle. And so that was it was good. It was good to see him. It was, I'm sorry. I was like I said, I was sad as under sad conditions, but it's just good to hug my man and show him love, and good to be with him and his family when when friends come through. That's when you can come through. Plus, it's right around the corner from the house. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, it's like the funeral home shit. You know what I'm saying? And his grandma, 95 years old, God bless, God rest, and had great grandchildren that she had got to see. I thought that was just so dope, and we should all be so lucky as to live that long. And I don't know. I hope I'm not saying I hope I do live that long, but man, it wouldn't be bad if I could see a great or a great, you know what I'm saying, in during my time. But that's basically the only thing that's really been popping me this week. Is as I think on it. Yeah, ain't really nothing been going on in these parts. That's about it. All right, but hey, look at that! Look how perfectly timed that was. I just finished up what had become my segment right quick to see Daniel back on point, and then I just hand the reins over to him, and I say, "Story time with Lunchbox."
Man, it was such a good tale that you gave, T. I was riveted the whole time. I'm sure they had the people just on the edge of their seats.
Well, they know you were absent, so it all worked out.
Yeah, this has been happening a lot lately, where my internet just randomly goes down in the evenings for a bit. It's like I just went ahead and reset the modem, so hopefully this shit's fixed. But yeah, it's been a reoccurring theme around here lately. But anyway, nothing too crazy to talk about. But I would like the people to know that I did something today that is probably fucking crazy, and I may regret it someday, but I may not. And so we'll see. In the future, I won't know for like what is it, February? I won't know for about 9.5 months. But I today Venmo'd my buddy $240 for my ticket to the Creed concert at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in November.
I thought you about to say And you've been like muted for like forever. I thought you were muted on accident, not on purpose.
Oh,
I mean, I thought you muted on purpose.
I didn't.
And I was like, oh, he just must be something in the background.
Nah.
But then I see your lips moving, so I'm like, wait a minute, my man talking.
Oh, miss. Thank you for saying something. I didn't do that on purpose at all.
It was weird because it didn't show that he was muted on my screen.
Oh, I
thought he was just nodding.
I was not a damn talking. I thought you had donated sperm. Like you was like 9.5 months.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to make the same joke.
I'd sell some, but I ain't donating none.
Okay.
But no, like they announced their concert here at our local arena, and I never got to see the like. I've never been like a huge concert person. Like I'll go to concerts, but I'm not like one of those people that's like, oh, this band that I know 3 of their songs is coming, I gotta go. And like I'm like I'm going to 77 concerts this year. Like, nah, that's not me. Like, but Creed is one of those bands where like the meme has become so powerful that like I've always liked their music. Don't get me wrong. Like I had their albums back when I was in high school. So like I've been listening to Creed for a couple decades now. But it's like the meme has made them so powerful that like I feel like the meme is what invigorated this comeback, and I feel compelled to see them. And it was just going to be too long of a wait to find out if our buddy could get his corporate suite for how many people like I know want to go. And my one buddy, who may or may not be in a Super Bowl ad this weekend, he and thankfully this episode comes out after the Super Bowl because I think that was supposed to be a secret.
Our local famous guy?
Yes.
Nice.
He really wanted to go, and like he wanted to be down amongst the people in the, we'll call it the pit, the general standing room area right in front of the stage.
Yeah.
And obviously those were the most fucking expensive tickets in the whole damn arena. And so it was either I hold out for 9 months hoping that I can get a seat for free in the corporate suite, or I guarantee myself a spot by spending the money now for one of the 8 tickets that he purchased for the general admission. So I took the guarantee, and I sent him the money to guarantee my ticket. So assuming that nothing crazy happens and I'm still alive, this November I will be going to see Creed, the 3 Doors Down, and some other band I've never heard of performing at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
I've been to 2 concerts with Daniel. Both of them were Childish Gambino. One of them, the greatest concert I've ever been to in my life, and that was the one at the House of Blues down here in downtown Cleveland. But that's why I'm like, wait a minute, I've been to concerts with you. What are you talking about? But I hear you, I see you, I respect you.
Yeah, I go to concerts. I'm just not like a big concert goer.
Yeah, I just knocked off the wind guard.
So, is it?
I also I'm not looking forward to. Yeah, that band.
Okay, let's go there.
We just had a discussion a few weeks back about Creed and Nickelback doing the numbers, and Creed is like way like a good 10 or so million sales more than them. And that was with that math. The math is probably like Bach said, the meme situation has probably increased that maybe tenfold.
Yeah, I posted a couple weeks ago that was white people's fight song. Let's go there. Yeah, that song is super sweet. Like it's been on my heart for a minute ever since I've seen that video.
Creed's Super Bowl halftime performance from back in the day is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to look at that. If I look it up on YouTube.
Yeah, it's like
they seem like they would put on a hell of a show. A hell of a live show.
Because like they were doing it before they do all like the fancy, like LED screens and all that shit. They were doing it like they had like Cirque du Soleil people flying around on towels and shit.
Nice. All right, yeah, I bang with it. I'm very excited for you to be able to go to that show, man, and so forth. Let me tell you something. This came when we went to go see Wu-Tang a couple of years back. I know I am at an age, Ain't no fucking way I'm standing in the fucking anywhere ever again.
That's the thing about it that I'm irritated about is I don't want to stand in the pit. Like, I'm old and I like sitting down, and I hate, like, and it's gonna be a long ass show. I'm gonna be tired and it's gonna be hot, and like I don't even know who the fuck the first band is, so I don't want to even hear them. And so like I'm already going into it like happy yet grumpy at the same time, and it's just not even for 9.5 months.
And 9 months.
And I was like, but I even asked him. I was like, "Why are you getting these ones? We could sit anywhere in this bitch." And he goes, "I want to be down amongst the people." And I'm like, "Fuck the people! Give me a goddamn chair for like a third of the price."
Let's go there.
Oh my gosh, yeah, man. Like I said, that Woo show was the first show I was like, "Hey, y'all, man, can we just get tickets up there in the balcony and sit?" And one, amazing seats. I truly felt like we had a better situation going up there in the balcony than we would have had it out on the floor. Yeah, much more comfortable. And in fact, we had sat on that floor before because we saw the Doughboys in the same spot. So we've been on that floor before. It's not like we ain't know what's up. But yeah, balcony was lovely.
Yeah, the only bad part was that junk dude and that looked like he was gonna fall off the balcony. That wasn't cool. But other than that, it was a great night. Yeah, that shit was scary.
worrisome for sure.
There you go.
Yeah, but give me an elevated seat in the first row of the elevation so I don't have to worry about all the fucking people in front of me who want to stand up the whole damn time.
That's how we saw Gambino in Toronto.
Yeah. Like, if you all want to stand behind me, be my guest. But, like, I don't want to have to stand up for the next 3 hours because all the rest of you bought a seat and don't want to fucking sit in it.
We'll say so. Okay. This has nothing to do with anything, but I'm gonna tell you this: we'll sell you the whole seat, but all you'll need is the edge. That sound familiar to y'all?
Yeah, it's you.
So I had always known that to be in my head a Simpsons reference. And then I went to look it up because Xander said him and his lady is going to the damn truck show that is coming here at some point soon, and that quote is not in that episode where Truckosaurus is at, and I cannot find it anywhere. And then, but people on Reddit and so forth is like, I know they said this, and I'm like, I know they said it too, but it's nowhere to be found. So I'm just like, I need to look up where that Truckosaurus episode is at because if it's on the DVDs I still have, I might hit my Simpsons DVDs up and see if I can find that quote there, and maybe it was there. And it's not there now because, they edit shit out all the time. But we'll say you the whole seat, but all you'll need is the edge.
I heard John Cena say it in a wrestling promo like a year or two ago.
Yeah,
so I've heard it in media.
Yeah, and it's like, but if you go look it up, there's a band that made an album called "We'll Say the Seat, but all you need is the edge." So that's what basically pops up at this point. And I'm like, I know it exists. I know this is the thing, but where is it from, and so forth and so on. And it's a tougher lookup than you would like to think. But yeah, man, I dig it, bro. I'm pumped, bro. Get your creed on and fucking rock the fuck out and enjoy your time, man. See what else comes up. What do we got a wrestling event coming here this year or is it next year?
Maybe this summer.
Okay.
I don't know if it's been officially announced yet.
Very good. So I know you're discussing the possibility of one of those events crawling along here as well. Yeah, that's very cool. Anything else this week that you care to share with the listeners, sir?
Let's go there.
No
I've
worries.
given them enough.
Very, very good. I told y'all what was up on my end. Boxes missed. I just talked about getting to see Gabe for a little bit this week before his grandma's funeral. So nothing to it. That being said, it's so easy, people. Every single week we do it. We head on down to the mean streets of Reddit. We go to the subreddit, Am of the Asshole. I read you some Am of the Assholes. I read the listeners' Am of the Assholes. I read my fellows' Am of the Assholes. And we decided these people are fucking assholes. Now, this first one is from the generic AITA subreddit, which is nowhere near as good as Am of the Asshole, which is run way better and has all kinds of stuff going through it. But people be in this one thinking they in the other one. And it is Am I the asshole because I told my ex-husband outside of our kids I don't care about his life and don't owe his fiance anything? This one, Anthony sent this earlier today in on the IG chat, and it had all kinds of cakes and shit in it. But I actually loved the Am I the asshole, and it kind of just stopped before the end of it, and I was like, I need to know what happened here. And that is, am I the asshole for telling my family how much my fiance earns after years of them making fun of his job? And this one, am I the asshole for getting my friend's title of valedictorian removed? So which one do y'all want to start with?
Valedictorian, because I listened to the Instagram video one earlier.
Oh, of that one?
No, the one.
The
construction work one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, just am I the asshole for getting my friend's title of valedictorian removed? You're an asshole?
Yes.
Yes.
Jinx.
Three-way. We all agree that this person is an asshole. Real shitty thing, and I'm gonna read it to you. You're gonna be like, "Fuck you, shitty ass, spiteful ass." My friend Janie and I are in the same senior English class.
Janie's
very smart. And when our semester ended a few weeks ago, we found out that she was the valedictorian of our class. My best friend Sophie was second, so she was a bit disappointed. In English, we have a vocab test every other Friday with 40 words on them. They're usually very hard, and Janie always gets the highest score in class. Last Thursday, my computer was dead, so I borrowed Janie's to turn in an assignment. When she gave it to me, it was open to a site with the vocab questions. I wasn't sure what it was, but I took a picture of it. Last Friday, when we took the test, I noticed that I recognized a couple of the questions. I found the picture I had taken and went to the URL and found all the questions from the test. And going back through all of our tests, all the questions were there. I emailed my picture to our English teacher and let him know my concerns that Janie was cheating. He had a meeting with her on Monday, and she is pissed at me because they're looking into giving her an academic integrity warning, which may invalidate her from being valedictorian. She told all our friends what I did, and they all sided with her because she says what she is doing is technically not cheating.
It's not.
I've basically been ostracized from school except for by Sophie, who is still talking to me. Am I the asshole for reporting that her cheating? Yes, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
She ain't cheating. She's just using the resources available to her disposal to make proper educational decisions.
It's pretty crazy.
And basically, I don't know if it's the case, but this feel like this a dude, and he liked Sophie, and was trying to get Sophie hooked up. That's what it feel like. None of that says that, but it just seemed like it to your mans. Ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
What's crazy is like doing homework with my kids nowadays. It's like they do a bunch of different shit that we didn't do, and even at my son's, third grade level. So I straight up Google like the question that's exactly how it is, and it'll be in there because they use that in books. So
exactly,
and it's not cheating when it's already there. I mean, sometimes people need help, and she just found the loophole.
The first response by the people was like, what she is doing is technically not cheating. And somebody responds and says, yeah, I don't understand what you think was shady here. This is a vocabulary test. Like, you get a master list of words in advance, right? It's not just 40 randos from the dictionary. Sounds like you got a lazy ass teacher. Like, yeah, you are correct in that regard. And somebody responds to that and says, yeah, I'm confused too. But also, if it's not shady, why is the school bothered by all? Yeah, it's for sure. Okay, edit. Yeah, it's for sure cheating. But personally, I think it's pretty low level cheating, and I can't imagine reporting a friend for it. It's one of the rare, technically, OP is right, but they're still an asshole situation.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, me scroll down a little bit.
What she did is probably frowned upon, but it's like What can they really do?
This come from the OP shows exactly what happened. Okay, so let's click on this comment from the OP to see if we can investigate further. Okay. She went and found where our teacher was getting the questions from, had to pay to access the website so she could see all the questions and answers in the vest. We get a word list. She shouldn't have access to the questions. I want you to know that's at minus 1,453 karma. Just like, get the fuck out of here. Again, if you have, it's a vocab test, which means you have a list of words. You have to know how to spell them shits. And maybe this is an AP class and it's a little like, we also need to know how to use them in a sentence. I don't know. But that's some hoe shit to go telling you if this is really your friend. I got the feeling that's not your friend. I got the feeling you like Sophie. And when you found out Sophie couldn't get valedictorian, but you found a way to whatever, that you just set your homie up. And that is uncool to me.
Did you almost say that's some horse shit?
It's gonna be some hoe ass shit, but I pulled back. I was like, that seems unnecessary. This is a child I'm talking about. Huge, you're the asshole, babe. Homegirls was literally studying. Looking up the vocab words is not cheating. Using a test your teacher got online and didn't even bother changing to study is not cheating. She's not copy and pasting Wikipedia articles and claiming it to her own writing. Like, I don't know anyone who hasn't looked up vocab before the test or used Quizlet, etc. Utilizing resources that the way Janie does shows a much better work ethic and sense of initiative than doing nothing. No one stopped you or your friend from studying. Maybe if y'all took notes and followed her lead, homie would have actually earned valedictorian without your malicious intent and actions. Agree? Fucking hell. People be wilding. Let's jump over to this one. This is the one, like I said, is in the generic. This is in the you got Emma the asshole at home. Am I the asshole because I told my ex-husband outside of our kids I don't care about his life and I don't owe his fiance anything? I'll fix the grammar later. Fake names and throwaway. So my 36 female ex-husband Tom, 35 male, left me for his work wife Tammy, 25 female, 2 years ago. I never liked her before I found out about their relationship. The first time I met her at a work event, she told me while I was heavily pregnant with my youngest, better up your wife game or I might steal him off you.
Oh, shit.
Well, 3 months later, she did. This woman literally came with him to help pack the day he moved out and tried to have a one-on-one conversation on how she wanted our relationship going forward because she was going to be in my life.
What a brass set of boobs she got.
Then that said as a joke, told you I'd steal him away. Not gonna lie, I'm thankful she did because when my ex made a comment about her being 23 and her brain not being fully developed, I got an ick so bad it turned my heartbreak into relief. I got everything in the divorce because I got him in his affair fog and gave 50-50 custody for our kids' sake. I'm civil for the sake of my kids, so we can both attend events without drama. But other than that, I couldn't honestly care less about them. Around June, Tammy came instead of Tom for pickup and practically skipped toward me to show off her engagement ring, saying she wanted me as a bridesmaid along with my daughter for something I didn't catch because I was in a rush to get our cat to the vet. She got upset because I just said her whole conversation per Tom's text a few hours later. Same happened again in September when she told me she was pregnant with, which again, my zero fucks given upset her. In December, when she told me the second I opened the car door, Tom's finally getting a son, to which I sarcastically replied, I'm sure Lord Tom's excitement for an heir to take over his lands and titles, which caused drama too, because Tom's family found it hilarious when Tammy was bad-mouthing me. I'm sure Lord Tom's excited for an heir to take over his lands and titles is a great joke, and I respect this woman so much more for it. December was the last time I saw her till today at drop-off with Tom. As they approached me, I noticed Tammy didn't look pregnant anymore. Tammy tearfully said, we lost a baby. I didn't answer, just told Tom our second daughter has a birthday party tomorrow and at 3, and the oldest kid has gymnastics at 5. Tammy literally screamed at me, I was a heartless bitch and bitter, and grabbed the girl's bags, walking away. Tom said I could show a little humanity toward Tammy, and regardless of my feelings, she is my kid's stepmother. I told Tom I don't care about what he's going through, because outside of our kids, I don't care about them, and I don't owe Tammy anything, especially pity. He called me an asshole, along with other things, and left. Usually this wouldn't bother me, but my ex-in-laws, who I have a good relationship with, have told me I should have shown Tammy some empathy, and at the very least, pretended to care for the sake of the kids. Is this person an asshole?
Yeah. I kind of feel like I thought that was kind of mean. Like, she did. I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been in a position where it's like the person that my partner cheated with is having a baby, and they're trying to, talk to me about it. I mean, I guess if I felt I was in that situation, I would. I don't know. I still kind of think, regardless of how you feel, that person was fucking hurting. And I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you think, Lunch? Maybe you can sway me, because I do think she's an asshole for that.
I mean, I would want to have that fucking conversation. Like, that'd be too much. Fuck that.
Let's go back. Let's rescan the situation.
Okay.
Tammy tearfully said, we lost a baby. I didn't answer. Just told Tom our second daughter has a birthday party tomorrow at 3, and our oldest has gymnastics at 5. Basically just kept that shit to business. Truly, I guess, she could have afforded a simple, I'm sorry. Or that's tough. Just something like that.
Tough titty, said the kitty, but she's still fine.
She's not mandated to. You know what I'm saying?
She's not.
That's why I don't think she's an asshole. I think she could try to be a little better than that. But this woman is crazy that she be trying to think, I'm gonna make you my bridesmaid and things like that. That shit is already wild. Tammy on some crazy shit to begin with.
Tammy is on some crazy shit, yes. But just because Tammy on some crazy shit don't mean you need to be on some heartless shit. Like, losing a fucking baby is obviously not only a baby, but like obviously far along. Like, you making plans. Like, obviously, like you knew, if you knew what the baby was, that is fucking heartbreaking. That's pretty far along.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a tough call. Like, I understand that, that's some sitcom shit. That's the that was the work wife at first. Now she the real wife, and
so if y'all remember the show The New Adventures of Old Christine,
yes,
it's kind of that vibe,
Yeah, but old Christine, well, new Christine, that wasn't a product of him cheating. That was just
no, it's just dumb. It's just how that worked out, how it played out.
I just kind of feel like being snarky and shit. This proves that you're bitter when it comes down to it.
But in this case, she wasn't snarky. She just talked to her. Like I said, she kept the business. She didn't say nothing mean to her. She didn't say anything to her at all, in fact.
In that particular moment, no. But in the past, saying the Lord Farquhar line, whatever she was saying, like,
yo, that's a bar, and that shit's hilarious.
Yes, it's a bar, and it's hilarious. But it like, I don't know. I kind of feel like the absence of being cordial proves that you got something that you holding on to.
Well, yeah, you basically broke up my family. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that. You're not wrong, and that's okay too. I think, you know what I'm saying. At some point, you will be free of it, but for right now,
yes,
yeah, this is the weirdo who broke up my family.
Yeah.
So, well, that was a tough one. Thank you, generic amateur asshole. With raisins. Last one, like I said, this is the one I said this earlier. I think it's particularly interesting, and like I said, I want to get to the end of it, which that video doesn't do. It cut off real
funky.
You don't do it. Just let it play the whole thing out. The TikTok give you the time you need. Come on, man. Am I the asshole for telling my family how much my fiance earns after years of them making fun of his job? I mean, y'all know, but I mean, in your opinion, is the person an asshole for this?
We didn't finish it like you were saying, but I'm gonna say no, even though I kind of know how it halfway ends. I would like to continue hearing what the fiance had to think about the situation.
I would have said no prior to hearing the video. Post hearing the video, I say yes.
Ooh, okay. Like I said, because I didn't get to the end of it, I couldn't make a decision. So this will be new to me. I hadn't read this. I just went and typed it up. I typed it exactly as it was.
I mean, I didn't go look it up and read the ending or whatever, but I'm saying based on what I heard in that video, I would say yes. But if I hadn't heard the video, I would have said no.
And I will also link the video in the show. Maybe actually able to show y'all a video of my patrons. Give me just a hot second. I'll read it first, then I'll show you the video. If I can. Instagram.com. Reveal to y'all what's going on behind the scenes. But not really. I'm not going to show you the damn, messages betwixt us, but still. Sorry, I'm trying to get it set up so I can have it, but Instagram itself is like, I don't know, buddy. It's a living.
It's a living.
Where I'm gonna read to you now, and then I'll try to get the video all up and raring to go. But again, I will put the video in the show notes. Nothing else, but my folk who are not patrons, you will get the video in your show notes. My family is very well educated and full of professionals, including several doctors, surgeons, dentists, etc. I have a good career and make a good living. When I met my fiance, he was at my house to supervise a roofing crew the insurance company hired to replace my damaged roof. I instantly fell for him when he pulled up in his truck and couldn't keep my eyes off him for the rest of the day as he gave orders to his men. When we started dating, he was vague about his job, and I just chalked up to him being insecure about me having a better career. Right there is where the assholery begins, Box. You might be right. I didn't care about our income imbalance. When we got serious, we talked about our future plans, and that was when he told me the full extent of his little construction company. Don't like that right there either. That little. I was shocked.
They thought it was little. That's like the.
So it's a couple of little digs that I'm seeing as I read this.
So
that I didn't get as it was read to me.
So is the thing when she's saying little, is she saying it through the lens of her parents though?
Fair.
Because he's a grower, not a shower.
That his construction earnings is as much as my dad's surgeon salary. Gradually, he took me around to the handful of construction lots and shopping centers he owns. So that's not little for shit, my nigga. Sorry. That's several.
That's what I'm saying. They thought he was a hot man with a hammer, and then they find out there's a business behind this businessman.
Not a businessman, a businessman. Shopping centers he owns, his rental income combined with his construction earnings is double that of my dad's. He said that a few people know about his finances and he expects me to keep what I know to myself. Right there. Daniel, good call. My parents disapproved of him since the first time I brought him home. My dad coined the term tool boy, forgive me. And the rest of my family joined in whenever they talk behind my fiance's back. They don't call him that to his face, but instead make snide remarks. Once my mom said during dinner that they're thinking about hiring someone to mow their lawn, and then turned to my fiance and asked him what he charges. I always try to defend him, and it's a constant battle. It's gotten worse since we were planning for our wedding, and the other day my nerves just broke. Yesterday, parents were trying to get me into getting a prenup. Then my dad said, "You have to protect your assets just in case Tool Boy decides to go slumming." Your parents are assholes. Just want to put that out there. I lost it and yelled at my parents during our shouting. I blurted out his earnings and that he makes more than both of them combined. Then I stormed out. I told my fiance what happened, but instead of supporting me, he got mad. I told my parents, and I argued that I was defending him. Then we got into an argument. My parents and family are mad at me for keeping secrets. Suck my dick. No, you're not allowed to do that. My fiance is mad at me for not keeping secrets. I'm stuck in the middle, and I don't know what to do.
Stuck in the middle with you.
Bruh.
Cut off her ear.
I was about to say it, man. Man, you got a Mr. Pink a bitch. I don't know. That wasn't Mr. Pink, was it? Who was that?
I don't remember. That's the Tarantino movie I like the least.
Oh, man. Hold on. This is from 5 days ago in a Reddit recipe on Instagram. Oh, it's right there. So it's still the top one they've done recently. Again, those subtle digs throughout the thing. I just thought he was insecure about me having a better career. From where? Where did you pull that from? His little construction company. It's not little. It's lightweight an empire. You know what I'm saying? And then I blurted out how much he made. You could have just been like, trust your daughter on this.
You make more.
My man's got bread. You didn't have to give actual numbers. And that's why he really mad. You putting his numbers out there. Don't do that. That's private for a reason. And he actually keep it private. So, like I said, there was groups around this that you could have been like, hey, yo, don't worry about him. He's straight. His business is doing well. That actually could have been said well before getting to this point.
That's true too.
Like, yeah, my man's is good. Don't worry about that. Stop. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that.
Yeah,
so, you're the asshole.
I agree with her being the asshole or the other person, the person being an asshole. But I do wonder if using the little was being facetious as part of what the parents were thinking of him. But the fact still remains. You need to listen to what your partner is saying. And he asked you not to, and you did it anyway.
Yeah. Sounds like your husband likes to build relationships on foundations and merits outside of his finances, forgive me. Meanwhile, your family looks down on anyone they deem lesser earners than themselves. I know whose corner I'd be in. Apologize to your husband and tell your family to stuff it. Sorry, but you're the asshole. There are plenty of other things you could have said to illustrate how fucking horrible your family was being. You didn't have to throw out numbers. Now, if your family starts acting better, he'll always know it's on the basis of his earnings, not his character. Edit. And husband will always know that your knee-jerk reaction was to be like, but he does make money, rather than who cares what he makes.
Or I care about him.
He makes me happy. He takes care of me. He treats me. We're good partners with the same life goals. We love each other. Support that or shut up. Edit 2. All right, I'll give OP some leeway. But I still think there were better ways to go about it. We're perfectly comfortable and happy that our mutual finances, which are none of your business. Edit 3. Goddamn, y'all. Thanks for the awards. So that basically handled it all. It's crazy.
Yeah. Man, my
man was running things tight for a reason. Respect.
When my kids get to the point where they start dating seriously, I'm going to definitely encourage them to marry orphans. Orphans seem like the way to rock, man. I'm telling you,
man, a
beautiful orphan. Inside and out, beautiful inside and out, but an orphan nonetheless. Or like Pippi Longstocking, like a strong ass redhead wouldn't be a bad move, man. A redhead that could pick up a whole fucking horse. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and marry that person.
Ah, man. Those have both been committed to form now. We'll see which one wins the day next week as I edit this shit. All right, like I said, let me give my patients a quick screen share. Turn screen. Oh, and let's also throw on. Well, I don't need to throw on system audio because, of course, now system audio will just play. So give that a share.
Oh,
boop,
luscious.
And then.
Am I the a-hole for telling my family how much my fiancé earns after years of them making fun of his job? My family is very well educated and full of professionals, including several doctors, surgeons, dentists, etc. I have a good career and make a good living. When I met my fiancé, he was at my house to supervise a roofing crew the insurance company hired to replace my damaged roof. I instantly fell for him when he pulled up in his truck and couldn't keep my eyes off of him for the rest of the day as he gave orders to his men. When we started dating, he was really vague about his job and I just chalked it up to him being insecure about me having a better career. I didn't care about our income imbalance. When we got serious, we talked about our future plans and that was when he told me the full extent of his little construction company. I was shocked that his construction earnings are as much as my dad's surgeon salary. Gradually he took me around to the handful of construction lots and shopping centers he owns. His rental income combined with his construction earnings is double that of my dad's. He said that few people know about his finances and he expects me to keep what I know to myself. My parents disapproved of him since the first time I brought him home. My dad coined the term tool boy and the rest of my family joined in whenever they talked behind my fiancé's back. They don't call him that to his face but instead make snide remarks. Once my mom said during dinner that they're thinking about hiring someone to mow their lawn, then turned to my fiancé and asked him what he charges. I always try to defend him and it's a constant battle. It's gotten worse since we're planning our wedding and the other day my nerves just broke. Yesterday my parents were trying to get me into getting a prenuptial. Then my dad said, "You have to protect your assets just in case the tool boy decides to go slumming." I lost it and yelled at my parents. During our shouting, I blurted out his earnings and that he makes more than both of them combined. Then I stormed out. I told my fiancé what happened but instead of supporting me, he got mad that I told his parents that. I argued that am I the a-hole for telling my family how much my fiancé earns after years of them making fun of his job?
All right, as you can see that there was a little bit more to it than that I had to get. The main reason I'm sharing this video with y'all, my patrons, is you see what they make, all these recipes they making in the video that has absolutely nothing to do with the other asshole. These shits look good. That brownie look amazing.
All I kept on
got the nice little crackle pop. Don't need the frosting in my opinion, but that's me.
I just kept
don't need to be double stacking your brownies.
I just kept on thinking about what murder. It sounded like this dude might have been in the mob. Like, don't be telling about my shit. My shit is illegal, man. How the fuck do you own multiple shopping plazas? This dude is a fucking gangster.
Don't worry about my finances. Don't share that with anybody. This one I don't know if I like. Do I want a cake just getting splooged all over like that? I like that little pound cake looking one. This one looks pretty good. Like, I also like this ideal, but I wonder if the inside cake will be overly baked or would it be moist still because it's surrounded by all that wet batter.
Wet batter, still moist.
And also, I ain't trying to dip into frosting. That just seems sticky and gross, and I don't know, man.
I mean,
that one seems fun. The little ice cream cone cake situation.
Yeah. My son asked me, "Hey, can you make these cookies for my class?"
That right there, whatever that is, that cosmic brownie looking motherfucker, that's the one that made me go, "God damn, that look good."
Deep dish cosmic. Yeah, but I told him I couldn't make them because the school doesn't allow you to bring in homemade treats. Everything gotta be prepackaged.
That's some whole shit. It's disrespectful. But also, they don't know if you have a nut-free or gluten-free kitchen that you're working in. So I get it.
It is a splooge-free kitchen.
Well, there you go. That was our time in the streets of Reddit and Emma the Asshole and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know what I'm saying? Just holler at us. If you ever come across Emma the Asshole or something that you think, man, I'd love to hear their take on it, feel free to send it to us. You know what it is. But let's share with you all our entertainment situations this week. I got a pretty nice little list going this week. And you know what? I said I would do some screen share. So again, I could have just left the shit on. Because I had examples of what I watched this week in not in the video form or anything like that. There's just there's art. So there's screen boop. So boom. I watched absolutely every episode of Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Prime Video. It is fantastic. Basically everybody who worked on Atlanta, including Donald Glover. Maya Erskine from Pen 15, if you watch that on Hulu. coming together as the titular Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It is so good. His mama plays mama on that show, and I thought that was amazing.
I haven't got that far. I'm only on episode 2 of that.
I feel like such a dickbag for having ruined that for you. My apologies.
No, I best believe any show I watch, I do look it up on Internet Movie Database before I watch it. So I knew that.
Oh, very cool. Well, like I said, I truly, and I've been watching interviews with them because they basically went to England and just went everywhere all over England and did interviews with everybody. And of course, they were on Fallon and stuff like that there. But I like the English interviews more because they do better interviews. They have better questions. They ask stuff that is different than what an average American interviewer would ask, and I dig it. And
I seen the interview where they were interviewing each other, and they talk about what rumor does he dislike the most, being Donald Glover. And he was saying that the one rumor he hated was saying that he was put in the friend zone with somebody.
Okay.
And people were speculating he was talking about Janae O'Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how did you guys feel about hearing that? Like, I just felt like I don't know. Why was it worth it to mention that? I guess that's the one thing he hated. But I was just like,
yeah, you got to ask, and that was the answer he provided. So I sure. But yeah, if you got Prime Video or a friend who has Prime Video who lets you use their Prime Video, I might suggest you get down with the Get Down on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. All episodes are available. There are 8, and fuck, I hope he makes these things quicker than he was making in Atlanta.
Oh, you think they'll get another season?
For sure. I think it is done well. I think it's reviewed well, and everybody seems to be talking about it and so forth and so on. I also think what's her face could get double Emmy nominations. She plays a shrink in this show, and like she played like Carmi's aunt on The Bear season 2, and I feel like she could get a couple of nominations next year because that shit is Sarah Paulson, because she is very, very good. And yeah, I go up for this show in a big way. Different showrunner than Atlanta. He even directed an episode, which was crazy. I was like, oh shit, hell yeah, he directed. So that's yes, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Donald Glover, Maya Erskine, Get Down to Get Down. I of course finished up season 1 of Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead over on Netflix. I had to wait for the English dub for the last few episodes to come along, and it finally did. And I like that they tell you that on Netflix. It just pops on the screen, like, the new dub available. And I'm like, fuck yeah, because you knew what I was waiting on. And that's a great show. 10 eps. I believe it has a second season. It's just not available over here yet. It's also a manga if you want to go read the comic book. But that's a great show. There's also a movie, and I don't want to watch the movie because I really like the anime. But I mean, I guess it's an option. So there you go. I should watch the movie just to see how it compares. Just to see, because it's crazy. That dude right there in the truck, if you can see, I'm going to circle him on the screen here for you, the viewer. Constantly getting naked. Constantly out here getting naked. This lady at the top of the van here is a German tourist who got trapped in Japan when the zombie situation happened. A good time to be had there, and that's of course your main character, and he's super fun, and like I said, it's great, real fun show. Highly recommend. And inspired by a discussion on episode 1 of season 2 of The Bear between Richie and Carmi, the bear be getting your boy places. I was like, what book is he talking about? And the book he was talking about was Colorless, Sukuru Tazaki and His Years of Pilgrimage by Haruki Murakami. It's of course it's translated to English, so you know what I'm saying, whatever. But it truly was an amazing book. What I didn't appreciate about the reader was I felt it was unnecessary for him to do Japanese accents. Like, I get it. It takes place in Japan and other places, and these characters are Japanese, but I watch tons of anime like that one I just showed you, and they're not doing Japanese accents. I felt like it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I fuck with Uncle Roger.
But yeah, for real. But he did really good accent work. He did real good character work, and it's a very interesting story, and I very much enjoyed it. And I'm actually gonna buy the hardback of this. I would like to have this on my shelf. It's a very good book. Touched me in a lot of ways, but it's super interesting story. It's about Sakura Tazaki and his 4 friends, and they were super tight in high school, and were super tight there afterwards, just as they began their lives in college. Even though Sakura had left his smaller town, because he still is a big ass town he lived in, for college. And then one day he comes back to town and hits up his people, and they just won't take his call, won't talk to him. And he's like, damn, what the fuck? And we've, the story of that. And it was amazing. It was an amazing story. And I would tell you to get down with colorist Sakura Tazaki and his Years of Pilgrimage, a novel. And so I just want to share those things. Like I said, I just I was like, oh, I can show everybody, I can show our viewers what I'm getting down with, because this is all available on videos of them. So that is what's up with that. Of course, I am still playing Monopoly Go.
Tomorrow is the teams thing tomorrow on the 9th. There's a new Valentine's Day month. I'm saving 600 rolls right now. For
I got 200 loaded up that I didn't spend because I came in 10th in the thing, the daily.
Mm-hmm.
And so that got me 200 rolls. Excuse me. And I guess has it been like 8 hours yet? Let's see if I can get me a free. Let's see if I can get a few more. I got 90 from my free box the other day. 90 rolls. I was thoroughly impressed. I was like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, you somebody looking out for you, buddy, because that shit ain't never happened to me before. I want to know what that feels like.
Let's see if I got. Is it free roll time? It is free roll time. So let's throw the free roll and let's see what we get. We get 116,034 rolls. So not bad.
Yeah, I got another 2 hours, and I haven't played in a long time, so I got 5 minutes of a high roller time, which nice. I'm not gonna use because I'm saving that for tomorrow morning.
Man, if I could, let's take a look at my albums. I need 1 card in Railroad Tycoon that can't be traded, so I have to earn it. I need 1 card in Game Awards. Again, has to be earned. I cannot, it cannot be gifted. Oh, wait a minute. The one for a Railroad Tycoon can be given. I need Rad Railroads. It's the bottom middle card on that particular album.
Yeah, I'm missing 3 for that.
Yeah, I think we both need it.
Yeah, and then I need 1 card for what's it called? Fever. I need Sweet Success, which is again it can't be gifted. So sweet success for that one, and those are the ones I'm close to. I need 3 more for Token Mania. I need 3 more for Lunch Day. I need 3 more for Dogopoly, 4 more for Miss Monopoly, and 2 more for Go. So I got a longer way to go for those, but the ones I'm 1 card away from is Railroad Tycoon, Fever, and Game Awards. And I finally got a victory royale this season in Fortnite. Felt really good about it. Because I don't know, I caught that motherfucker on some nonsense, and I was like, lit his ass. I was like, there you go. That's a good victory royale. So if you follow me on Twitter, the video is up there on Twitter. So if you want to get down to see my shit in action. Again, I could pull that video right now and show you, the listener, but I'm not going to do that. It's too much, far too much. But I think that is all I have been watching and doing and playing. Yes. Oh no. I keep forgetting the records. Yeah. All right, listeners. Anthony swears I shouldn't open this. I had this for 6 years. I bought it at a half price sale at Newburgh Comics in Boston. They had it for $100 and I got it for half off, so I got it for $50. It is currently going for about $150 on the low end and all kinds of weird prices on people's high ends. It is not and has never been unwrapped.
Don't. If you're going to do it, don't do it in front of me.
And I'm definitely not going to just do that right now, but I want you guys to see it. This is Jay-Z and Kanye West. Watch The Throne. I absolutely love it. I need to, before I even open it, I need Beats by Dion?
Yes.
I don't know because it doesn't even have it doesn't have a list. But what I need before I can open it is a sleeve that can contain it. And, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty thick because I like to keep my hype stickers. And so I'll usually flip them off with a razor blade and then stick them on the new sleeve that I buy for things. And until I can find a sleeve that can fit that, still won't be open. Turns out a bunch of dead stock got released in the last month or so, and that's why the value of it has fallen off a bit.
Yeah, it's still $150. That's a fucking lot.
Yeah. And then this is OC's Word Life that just arrived today by Vinyl Me Please. I signed back up for Vinyl Me Please for this record, one of my favorite songs of all time. Time's Up, which you can't really see because it's kind of shiny, is on this, and I got it for that reason. It's on this yellow and blackish color vinyl. It's sounds absolutely amazing. Buck wild on most of the production on that particular body of work, and I was super excited to get that. And it was Dilla Day yesterday from when we record this, the birthday of one James Yancey, J Dilla, and he's done so much amazing production over the years. And it was real fun to listen to, go back and listen to a bunch of his works. And tell you right now, get down with the get down.
The one book I bought you is re-released in paperback for his birthday.
Dilla's Time?
Yeah.
Nice. Dilla's Time is an amazing book. You should read it. It's about his life, of course, but it's also about his music and how he made his music. And it's a good read because there's a lot of stuff in there in the book itself, but it's also a good listen because they'll actually kind of give you some examples of stuff and when discussing his musical abilities. So that's one that I think you do good to both read and read. Read by listening to it and read by reading it. It's a real great book. I would also tell you that you should be getting down with Delvin Cox's So Tell Me podcast. You'd have to be a patron of his, but his patron is only $1. And I'm telling you, it's worth it. So Tell Me, hosted by Chalfie of Cadillac on Mars fame. And Delvin is always telling about the adventures in his life. And I think it's a great listen and a hell of a podcast. You should be getting down with Delvin Cox in general. That's my homeboy. And because Stone Cold says so. Anyway, y'all been watching, reading, listening, doing anything?
Finished Suits and I finished Reacher, and I have one episode of Ted left.
Okay. That's all you got? Lunch?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was fucking 3.5 seasons of Suits that I watched.
Man, I don't know. We'll talk about Suits another time. Well, no, like I liked Suits at first, and then when it I don't know. I hated
the ending was very abrupt.
I love that one secretary with the red hair. There's something about her. But then I got
sick of her as the show went on.
You get sick of everybody. That's why it's like I hate to keep on saying this, but it's so I don't know. If you like it,
I got tired of her because I felt like her character didn't evolve.
Well, it seemed like at first she was like the lady with all the secrets and knew how to get everything done, but 6 seasons of that shit.
She just became the woman who went up to everyone after like something bad happened and was like, you need to fix this, right? I'm Donna. I know everything.
She did know everything for some reason.
I know how everyone should think and feel and what they should do and what the right thing always is because I'm Donna and I talk to everybody and I know things, and I have red hair, and I used to be a failed actress.
She did have red hair. There's something about it. So,
Alrighty.
before I shoot the tea for my music clip, I finished RoboCop, but like I don't know. I like playing video games, but I'm not that great at them. So, like I'm playing it again with with the new game plus and going through and getting all the cleaning up all my mistakes. But this is one convoluted part where it's like you use these puzzle type pieces to fix your gun. And I had to look up a YouTube video about this because, like, this game don't explain that shit that well. So I was like, man, maybe this YouTube will help. It helped, but I still didn't know what to do. But I'm playing it again. Still watching True Detective. We're watching Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I think that's about it. So, T, I'm trying something new out. Hit me with this short musical clip, or not musical clip, this short intro.
All right, you ready?
To be or not to be? That's the question.
So,
to be or not to be? That's the question.
Sorry, I was trying to stop it and it rolled back through again.
So, to be or not to be? That is the question. I watched some Tubi movies this week. And I'm going to let you know if it's worth it for you to watch these Tubi movies. Now, the first one is called Cinnamon. It's on Tubi. It was really, really good. This is so Tubi is like one of these places where we talked about before. It got like tons and tons of like old shows like that you missed out on. Like we talked about how a pub named Scooby-Doo was on there, and I've been looking for a place to watch it, and it has it. It has like Generation 1 Transformers, the man that asked the question, the to be or not to be, he was super pumped about that. And I know Lunch would like this. My other son was pumped that they had Beast Wars on there, and he'd been watching that. The great divider between us all. Like I'm indifferent just pretty much about everything in life. And T and Dan Dan, we lost him because his face. But anywho, Tubi has everything from blockbusters to not blockbusters. And like I said, Cinnamon, the first one that like I decided to really do this on, it was a pretty good movie. It was Pam Grier, Damon Wayans. I wish there was more Damon Wayans in the movie because the part he played was pretty funny. And it's about a young lady who works at a convenience store, and the convenience store is like, it's more than meets the eye. Somebody comes in and robs the convenience store, and you go off from there. I think on Internet Movie Database, I gave it a 10, like 10 stars. It was really good. Because, like I said, you don't really, from the movies that aren't like studio movies, you don't really expect them to be that great, yeah?
Lamar Jackson won MVP.
Nice.
Let's give it up. Word up.
Yeah, I was hoping he would.
Go on. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
Same.
So I said Cinnamon was a really good movie. Most Tubi movies like that are, like I said, not studio movies, aren't that good. Some of them are better than others. Some are worse than others. Like, I watched this movie called King of Queens. It was like on the bottom when I got done watching Cinnamon. It was like, hey, maybe you want to watch this, and I said, sure, I'll try that out. It was just a movie full of TNA, a lot of BBL, walking around dance clubs and stuff, and fake blood and
King of Queens.
No,
like the Kevin James
Queen
show?
of Kings. That was the other way. Queen of Kings.
Oh, okay.
That movie, like I said, it was a lot of shooting, a lot of bad dialogue, but I think I would give that one about a 4.5 out of a 4.5 out of 10. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. The next one was called Karma. This is definitely a 2.5 out of 10. It was bad.
How much did you watch of these before you say no thank you?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to watch it all no matter what.
Wow, you wildin'.
I mean, but see, that's the thing though. Usually these, like, this one called Karma, this bitch was like 80 minutes. It was not long.
Fair.
And like, you know what I'm doing during the day anyway. It's not such of a much. So it was like 80 minutes long. This one was terrible. And then, like, at the bottom of the screen is another movie called Karma, totally different movie. So maybe I need to watch that one down the line. Then there was a movie called A Love Story from the Streets. Now this one reminds me of some movies from the early 2000s because it was starring or co-starring Jermaine Mano Coleman, and you would probably know him as a rapper. So, like, he was.
I know. You know where I know Mano from? I don't know Mano's flows or words or anything like that. There, he has been on Juan Ep.
Okay.
And like one of Juan Ep's like catchphrases, I guess, is a Mano thing. And it's years ago. Whenever they say years ago, oftentimes they'll play the clip of him saying years ago, before I brought Chameleonaire to Brooklyn. That's the whole statement. Yeah. And it's like, it's so funny. That's what I know Mano from, because he's a part of the fabric of Juan Ep.
Yeah, I don't know any of his songs. All I know is I think he used to date Lil' Kim. And then, like, he was giving her an award, and he was like, excuse me, being shady with undertones, and she was mad about it while he over here, spinning a yarn, and she's like, get him off stage. But A Love Story from the Streets, like, was not great, but it was this one part where, her boyfriend gets shot while they're in the car. And like the whole time, they're like she's talking and they're going back and and she's talking about the past tense. And like she never mentions this dude like in the present tense where she is now. And that shit surprised the fuck out of me when he came out of nowhere. I was like, oh man, he was still alive. So they got me. But
fair.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said, I'm gonna continue on watching these Tubi movies. If you guys got any like suggestions, anybody know any Tubi movies they want me to watch, I'll watch them. But maybe it could be a bigger thing, maybe it could be a smaller thing. But I thought about that title a long time ago, Tubi or not Tubi. So I don't know. It was pretty. I had fun watching those terrible movies, but the part that I that you missed out on, Dan, is that, man, so many thick women in these movies, Dan, all the time, and all these ones I watched. Well, most of them.
Man, there's thick women everywhere now.
Well, these are on a free app, where it's just like these women are ridiculous, Dan. I don't know where they're getting all these women from.
Well, that was this week's.
To be or not to be? That's the question.
And hopefully we'll get it again next week or soon. That is what's up. But you know the deal. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. That will be basically go subscribe to the YouTube channel and if you're on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts, you can show us some love. Spotify, oddly enough, I guess always be closing even at this funeral this week. I was asked about the show. Yeah, I still do the show, and I go,
Mm-hmm.
I was like 10 years strong and 500 plus episodes, and so Stan's sister was like, I'm going to subscribe to it right now. You on Spotify? I'm like, yes, I am. And she literally pulled her phone out, subscribed to the show, and then her friend was like, I was like, because again, always be close. I was like, you like the Great British Bake Off? And Stan's sister was like, nah, I don't really get down with that. But her friend that was there with her was like, oh, I do. And I got a friend that does. Like, oh, I got a Great British Bake Off podcast too. Let me put you onto that one. So I got 2 people signed up for the various shows right there at the thing. And I was like, that's what's up. And I felt good about that. So, hey, if you, I don't know, if you're in a friend's car and hearing this and you're like, hey, man, I like the Great British Bake Off. Well, guess what? We make a whole another show about that shit called Creme Patissier, spelled with a K because, branding. And it's great, and we do real good, and we've done real good work over there. Currently, there's no bake-off to be had, but actually, we talked about maybe coming back in February. I guess I should probably talk to everybody about that, because here we are in February. It came faster than expected. If you want to support the show financially, you got a few bucks to toss our way, consider joining us over on Patreon. Members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month, early access to new shows, and they get to watch us on video. Get down with the get down. I am constantly working on my editing chops. This week, I learned how to blur. I learned how to clip some video in. If you listen to me doing my lyrics, at some point, I clip in Fat Lip doing the lyrics himself from the video for Passing Me By. That's a real fun thing I learned this week. Let's see, what else? Not only just learn how to blur a moving object, because Dan pulled out a game and was swinging it around. I had to blur all that because his name and address is right on that shit. And so I had to make sure he did not dox himself. So that was up with that there.
Did we lose him again?
So you know what I'm saying? My video editing chops, yeah, he froze. My video editing chops is trying to get better, and that's for like I said, the patrons who support us at the $5 tier. Oh, we got a show. We got merch. tpublic.com/users/Stage Crunchy Milk. All one word. Grab a shirt. Grab a hoodie. So forth and so on. Depending on what your weather is like right now. You should get down with the
get a sticker for your Stanley.
I'm going to tell you right now, as a big man, the color options at the larger end of the spectrum are kind of lacking. It's just red. And so it's red in some situations, but it's mostly just blue, gray, and black. It's whack to me. But if you're smaller than us, you know what I'm saying? It's a little slimmer type. You get a whole plethora, the whole rainbow is available to you. So go cop a shirt. It's worth it. Feel free to give us a call. 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you and hear from you this week. We have the homeboy Bill. That's Slaterific. Hit us up on the old voice message, but not the voicemail, because he basically, again, you can text on that. And I kind of need to rewrite my my little thing there. So it says, feel free to message or call us on that one, because like I said, you can text messages. And he said, saw this news and thought I'd share with you guys. Seems relevant to Cleveland's longest running pod interests. It is, of course, a story about how we're getting a new area code in the region.
Yeah.
436. It will serve the same area as 440, and no, your current 440 number is not affected. So we're they had to, I guess we got so many numbers, they had to tighten it up and add another area code. So 436 is in the building. So you might be getting if you're here in Northeast Ohio, you might be getting a 436 phone number. Thanks for sharing that with us, Bill, and basically sharing that with the listeners. Because like I said, if you're local, you might have a new phone number.
Another number to
or a new area code to be called. Yeah. Still 216, baby. Till the wheels fall off.
330?
Only when you want massages.
Oh.
That is the 216's own, not the 436's and not the 330's and not the 440's own.
Oh,
Tatum.
I've only had one number. 921-7217. 216.
Beeping all that.
Well, I don't have that.
Oh, yeah. I had to learn how to beep in video too. Sword beep, just like we get on the technical show. But I had to go in and mute that piece of video, which means I had to clip it because this is the way I had to do it. It's probably a better way to do it. And if you know a better way to do it, please tell me. What I had to do was clip out the part that I had to beep out in the video, right? Mute that audio and then drop in the sword beep right there.
Well,
because I said my son's whole ass name the other day. I'm like, I don't never put that all out there like that. So I had to go fix that.
Well, that number hasn't been my number in at least 35 years. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, hey, give it a call and see what happens.
Yeah, because it's definitely not mine. That was my number when I was like a little kid.
That is Lunchbox 2099 who. All right, we're moving. I thought you was frozen again.
No, I was looking at my phone.
Okay.
Ooh, roboting like a motherfucker. So we'll get on that. Don't worry. Fix it in post. Actually, I can't fix that in post, but I mean, it is what it is.
We are
I am your
the
host.
Looking at my phone.
The name is the Internet's Tay-Rail 713. You've just been podcasting, and I know you loved it. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.